What is going on, everybody? How are we doing on this fine Thursday evening? My name is Eric, and welcome to Q2C VR Gamer Live. We are a weekly VR talk show that airs live every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, where we air live or broadcast live simultaneously to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, Kick. Do I forget anything else? Is that it? Is that everywhere?
I think it's everywhere.
LinkedIn. Fuck yeah, we're in LinkedIn, man. Who the hell cares? Nobody's in LinkedIn, but we're there. We're broadcasting. But if you cannot catch us on your favorite, you cannot catch us live, you can always catch us on your favorite podcast platform. Guys, we have a jam-packed full show for you tonight that we need to move through pretty damn quickly because it's going to take us some time to go through these top 25 lists. But before we go any further, let me say hello to my partner from the great Canadian Northwest. He has ectoplasm in his veins, and he's always looking to show the ladies his proton pack. He ain't afraid of no ghost. What's going on, Todd Jackson? How you doing, man?
Diddly ho diddly. I'm doing fantastic.
Why are you trying to show everybody your proton pack?
Well, someone's got to do it. It's the Canadian in me.
You have, I've heard tale that you have a very large proton pack. D. Todd is talking about his proton pack. I'm not real happy about it. Let me ask you, did your wife ever watch the show and go, what in the
hell? She does, yeah. And then
she's
she's like, what the hell is he talking about?
I want to see her in chat. Allison, get your ass in chat once in a while. Say hi to everybody. Get in here and say hi to me. And let's talk about your husband's proton pack. Oh man, D, Todd, how's it going, man? How's your week been? It's been a week since we were able to hang out here and have a good time with a couple of people last week. How's your week's been?
Yeah, working, living the dream, man.
Nice background you got going on there.
I know. I figured it's the episode before Halloween in the US here, so
yeah,
a little festive, and it's cute. I like the colors in it.
Yeah. Oh, look at the background you just did, Todd.
Yeah,
I don't like that one. Do I like the other one you had?
Yeah, the other one was good too, but
that one with the pumpkins is a little, I don't know. It's a little much.
I like it.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for being here tonight. We really do have a full show tonight because there's a couple of things that we want to talk about. We definitely want to talk about. I want to talk about Dungeons of Eternity because I really haven't had a chance to talk a lot about this game yet, and I do have a lot to say about it. D has had a chance to get into it a little bit. Todd hasn't yet, so it'll be kind of like a first time roll through for him. You have it, Todd. You just haven't had a chance to play it yet.
Correct.
But hopefully tonight after the show, we'll just talk about getting into that. Yeah. So, Dungeons of Eternity, we are going to talk about Ghostbusters and what is going on with Ghostbusters. Give you our first impressions. Myself and Todd did get some time in it today. There was no early access for Ghostbusters for anybody that I know of in the creator world. So basically, I got access to it today, just like everybody else. So we do have some first impressions, but it's very early for me. Like I've got maybe an hour or so in it. Just a few hours before the show, I put like an hour into it. But I definitely want to. I have thoughts on it. I want to give some. Todd definitely has thoughts on it. D is probably going to try and get into it at some point too. But we'll tell her a little bit about it tonight. And then after that, guys, we are all three of us, going to unveil our top 25 all-time Quest games list. Not easy to do, right, guys?
Yeah,
it's definitely a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, trying to be bipartisan and not just put my favorite games, but put games that I think everybody that's new to VR should see this list and be like, that should be their shopping list.
Right.
That's what.
Because if it was from my list compared to like this list I put together, it'd be a bit different.
Right.
So
yeah, it wasn't easy. Yeah, it was hard, and I always give like upload shit, you know what I mean, for their list, and for rightly so, because some of their stuff, drives me nuts and it's just mind boggling. But at least they do the list, you know what I mean? They do put it out there. It's not easy to do. It's harder than you think because you end up leaving off games that you believe deserve to be there. But what do you take off to make sure they're there? And this was a fight that we all three of us had. I talked to D as early as last night, and you said you were still changing your list as of
See, because how I approached this thing was what games initially could I think of off the top of my head? Because those are, gonna be okay, those should probably be on my list, And then I ended up going through some of the store and just be like, "Oh, yeah, there's this being," just getting more stuff for the list. Getting more
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right, let's say hello to our chat, and then we're gonna get right into it. I do want to talk about this Quest 3 giveaway that we got going on. I want to go through that a little bit again, but let's go through the list real quick and say hello to our amazing VR family. We have Mindjive says first, Warmark is here, says yo, Kubo92, what's up, dude? Radio Runt is here and early. He said he can't wait to watch. Nice, man. Nice. I can't wait to show you our lists. Kensai Gaming VR is here. Hendrix Toy, Brandon VR. Pa Rico is here. How you doing? Let's see. Who else do we got? Q Creator, what's up? Mike, how you doing, man? Hope things are well for you over in Jolly Old. Adonis Yeager is here. He says, hi, my friend told me to come and join and say hi and whatnot. Welcome to the show. Adonis Yeager. Who was your friend? Let us know who your friend is that referred you to come over here and say hi. But glad you're here, and sit back and enjoy this.
His friend.
What's that?
Hendrix is his
friend.
Hendrix
Toy. Nice. Okay. I didn't see that yet. Awesome. So yeah, sit back and enjoy. It's going to be a cool kick-ass show, and we probably got a couple of giveaways to talk about tonight. So maybe you'll win something. Artful is here. Says morning all. What's going on, Artful? Thank you for joining us very early for you. Let's see, who else do we have? Techno Glitch is here. Traveling Man 3775. PDX VR. Substatica is here. Says hey players. What's up, dude? Traveling Man. I think I just said. Radio Run. Mr. Tasselhoff. What's up, Tass? How are you doing? Did I say Spry Guy? Spry Guy is here.
Yeah.
It's his birthday,
That is always his birthday. It's amazing. Michelle B is here. Michelle B, the winner, the recipient of Demio last week. Michelle, you got to let me know. Have you had a chance to try Demio AR yet? I'd love to hear your thoughts on Demio AR. Let's see. Who else? Destiny 11 is here. Man, there's so many people.
Who's your game cat?
Nice. I love it. I love the game cats. I appreciate all the game cats coming in and saying hi. And I think we need to do we did the Quest list for this week. We need to do a PlayStation list. PlayStation VR 2 list would be cool to do that at some point here coming up soon. I think that would be cool. Mepper is here. What is up, Mepper? How are you doing, man? Who else do we got? There's lots of people talking back and forth. And
who's here?
Who's here? Hooper's jacked, yo. Nice. He is jacked. That was a little bit louder than normal, Todd.
Oh, yeah?
It was a little bit. It seemed a little bit louder. Chatty is here. Sim. PDX VR, I think I said. Zell2318. Escape Portal. Creeper Betty VR. How you doing, Creeper? Betty? I'm playing some... What are we playing?
Dungeons of
Eternity with Creeper Betty. I did. Let's see. Bad Robo is here. ET2K9.now is here. Obscure Nerd Andy is here. What's up, dude? How you doing? All right. Rattlehead 9026. Rudy, how you doing, everybody? Thank you for joining. And guys, I think we're gonna go there. If I missed you, I apologize, but I will just say we'll catch you next time. I promise. Let's get into some stuff, guys, because this is a kind of a full week of gaming. I've been playing a lot of VR, like a lot of VR. I've been playing a lot of Mother Gunship Forge.
I still haven't gotten
back
into
to
that,
the old
man.
classics, eh?
I am, man. I got into Mother Gunship Forge because I wanted to, because it got an upgrade for the Quest 3. So I'm like, I need to go look and see, because I've been trying to do all this Quest 3 stuff, and I got in there for the Quest 3, and now I'm just fucking playing it because I want to play it, because I love it, man. I can't get out of it. So much to the point, though, that Betty was like, I've never played it. And I'm like, how dare you have never played it? So I pulled Betty in, and she played it with me, and she freaking loved it. I'm trying to get D back in there. I can't believe, Todd, you still haven't played it. You haven't tried it. Still haven't tried it. I mean, come on, dude. Get out of Call of Duty.
I've been
get out of Call of Duty for 5 minutes. Play some VR, dude.
I played some what the hell's that game? Sushi Ben this week. Today.
Really?
I've been seeing that game.
It's actually really good.
Oh no. Please.
Yeah, I was a fan.
Oh no.
I'm only about an hour into it.
Were you making sushi?
Cool. The animation is so freaking cool. The way the comic things and the little comic boards that come out are all 3D, and you can stick your head in them. It's so cool.
Adonis Yeager says, I just got RE4 for the Quest 2 and love it. RE4 is a good game. We're going to talk a little RE4 coming up in that list, I assume. I'm very curious to see what your guys' lists are. We don't know what each other's lists are, by the way. I think Dino's my number 25. We have it on the screen here, but I think that's the only one that D and Todd have seen so far.
I've seen 24 too, but
oh, did you? How dare you look at my 24?
Dude, you and
don't look. D, my eyes are up here. Look at my eyes, D, not at my 24.
Put it in my face.
You know who loves to put it in their face?
My mom.
Yeah, she does.
That is the best drop. Somebody said roll the clip, Todd, earlier. We haven't pulled that roll the clip, Todd out. I love that roll the clip, Todd, from Tribe. We need to get it out there.
I gotta get him to record it because I can't remember what episode it's on.
I know. Let's give Tribe his due. I know he's not here, but we'll give him his due since we love Drop.
It's Grey Wolf. Like a boom, 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 boom. I miss the Grey Wolves.
I know we had last week. They were both here last week for a little bit.
They were, yeah.
It's still early for them in the West Coast, so
they all showed up for our Demio show too, which was awesome.
They did. We had a lot of fun playing Demio. We lost. It was me, you, Wise.
Well, you lost. I won.
You won because you were on the monster side. Every time we tried to do something, Todd would he would do something to foil us, and I'm like, Todd, whose side are you on, dude?
I was paid by resolution to make sure they lost, and I succeeded.
Oh man. Yeah, it's tough, man. Rat King is the second book, and it's still one of the hardest to beat, dude. It's so hard, man. But we had a blast doing it. Myself, Todd, Mateo, and VR Central. Wise director for VR Central, yeah. Radio Run says after we lost, he watched us lose. He loaded up the Rat King and beat him. How dare you?
Yeah.
What do you think? You think you're better than me?
Discord as soon as he did it. As soon as he won.
You think you're better? You are probably better. Yeah, you're definitely better than Todd anyway.
Come on.
All right, so guys, let's get into some gaming. Let's get into some Dungeons of Eternity. I haven't really said much about it. We're kind of we've been in a holding pattern on Dungeons of Eternity for Virtual Strangers because it's not a game that you can just jump into and give a full review within, a couple of hours of play because it's pretty damn deep, right, D?
Yeah, it's amazing. Like I had so much fun in what did we do? Like 2 rounds?
Yeah, because it was late last night by the time we got done. So I think we did like 2, maybe 3 rounds or 2 rounds, something like that.
Yeah.
Can you play this by yourself?
Yeah, you can, but your odds of winning are not great.
It's not like it doesn't pair you with AI or anything. You just go by yourself.
I've never done one by myself. I did the tutorial by myself, so I don't think it does pair you with AI. You can play with randos. You can go in and just play in a lobby, and it'll team you with other people. It's only 3 players, so it's easier to get into. It's fairly easy to find 2 people or 2 other people. But I've played a lot with just myself and Betty. We had a third a couple of times, Michelle Dillon, who is absolutely loving this game. Wes's wife, Michelle, she's spent a ton of time in this game. I think she's level 30 already.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
I think Betty last night, dude.
Yeah, Betty is level 20, was level 29 last night. She's probably over that 30 by now. D is young. She's still a young level 6, but you just started last night, so you've done okay. Yeah. I think I'm sitting at a 17 or 18, level 17 or 18. So I've played quite a bit so far. You level very fast in the beginning until you get to like 15, and then things start to slow down a little bit. You don't level as fast.
That's
you don't gain
typical, right, of those type of progressive games.
But I just have to say this is my kind of game. Like it's a dungeon crawler, which I understand that not everybody likes dungeon crawlers. It is definitely melee. So it's VR melee. If you're not a fan of VR melee, you're probably not going to love every part of this. But I will say you can actually use all your weapons like ranged weapons, and they even have perks for you to use your weapons like ranged weapons. And I'll explain what I mean. So you can have several different loadouts for your character. I think you can have 3 loadouts, preset loadouts for your character. Yeah. So what you can do is you can have a staff, which will give you like an ice staff, a fire staff, a force staff that will allow you to like control objects with like telekinesis. And then you could have that on your back, or you can have a bow or crossbow on your back. And then on each hip, you can have a weapon. So you can have a sword on your hip, or like a shiv, or a
I
dagger,
had a battle axe.
or you can have a battle axe or a
Cool.
mace.
Cool. Why
Yeah.
haven't I tried this game?
Dude,
I
and
don't
it's
know.
so cool
I
too
don't know.
because just real
Yeah.
quick, because I like this part of it. You throw the axe and then you hit the grip button and it comes back to you like Thor's
Thor's
hammer,
axe.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
dude.
that's what I mean. So if you're not a fan of like hack and slash melee style, like you don't want to be swinging like a madman, you can actually go through this and used your melee weapons as ranged. Like, and you can have a hammer too, by the way, like a big, like a big
Like a
battle
Thor's
hammer.
hammer.
Yeah, maybe not that large, but it's but you can, again, same thing, you can have it come back to you. So I've gotten very, very good at two-hand weapon, have a weapon in each hand and
Dual
then
wielding.
throwing one and throwing the other and then having them come back to you, where I can just constantly throw them at enemies.
Oh my god.
And one of the perks you can do, so you can actually upgrade your exosuit, they call it, to you get permanent perks. And one of them is to be able to throw your ranged weapons faster. So,
Cool. So
using
they come
your
back
range,
quicker.
yeah, so using your weapons, your axe or your hammer or your mace or your dagger or your sword as throwable weapons is absolutely a viable way to play here, and that's the way that I play. It's the way that I like to play. I
Cool.
like that. Like I've been playing with a mace on my left hip and the battle hammer on my right hip, and just flinging them like this. And then, like, it's so deep because then you go into these runs, these dungeon runs, and it's all about looting. And then you're trying to get better armor, and you're trying to open up unlockables for your clothing and your helmet and your armor and clothing and boots and gloves and everything. But weapons is one of the biggest things you want to unlock. And like, I just picked up a unique dagger that has poison on it. So if I can crit
Cool.
with the throw of the poison dagger, it stuns the enemy to the where they can't move, and then I can just go in and beat the shit out of them and kill them, no matter how strong they are. So there's a lot to it. Like I was talking about the staffs. The staff, there's an ice staff where you can actually freeze your enemy, and once they're frozen, all you have to do is run up to them, hit them with your melee weapon, and they'll shatter to pieces.
Cool.
Yeah. Like Betty was
There's
freezing them last night and then I had my my bow, so I was frickin' she would freeze them, I'd frickin' nail them and shatter.
Is there boss levels? Is there like a
so kind of.
objective really, or is it
So
just go in and get more shit and come out and go in and get more shit and come out again? Like,
yeah, I mean,
that
it's
seems a
it's
little
very
repetitive.
it's raid based. It's all about raiding. You know what I
Okay.
mean? And there's not like a campaign or a story here. This is about going in and raiding
Oh,
and
no story
looting.
at all. There's
Not
just no
really. I
reason for
mean,
you to be there.
there's a backstory about, because basically you're in like ancient dungeons, but it's actually sci-fi. I don't know the exact story. I didn't follow it very closely in the beginning when there is a story that kind of like brings you in the beginning, but I don't feel like it's going anywhere so far.
Okay.
Like they tell you about the story right in the beginning, but it's like I
It
don't
has no
see the
bearing on the
yeah,
play
I
of the
don't see a
game.
lot of progression to the story
Right.
yet. There may be in
All
the future.
Right.
all Mash heard was wah 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 wah
Yeah,
wah wah wah. Let me
go
Right.
shoot
shit.
shit.
Let me shoot shit.
All I heard was wah wah wah. Hit me in the fucking head with a hammer. Let's go. Let's go. Get me through
But what
whatever that
happens?
was.
What happens if you go in and you die?
So
Or can you die?
yeah, absolutely. You die all you can you
yeah.
die all the time in raid, and you hopefully that your team can bring you back. But if you
Okay,
all
so your
die,
team
then
can resurrect you or something like that. Okay, that's cool.
yeah, if you all die, you lose everything that you had.
Okay.
I think, right? Or I don't know. I know I'm not sure what I haven't died a ton. We have died, but I think you lose everything you had in raid. And you have to like maybe you keep the stuff you unlocked, or if you
You
like
don't keep
found
the
a
actual
chest.
things, items you picked up
Yeah,
or something like that. Maybe
but I don't
I'm
think you
gonna
get
have to
your
try it.
XP or something like that. I
Michelle
don't know.
B in chat says that I love it, so I'll definitely have to try
I
it.
said game of the game of the year.
I mean, it's got
Wow, that's a big.
it
big ask.
definitely
Good
has
games.
it's definitely got possibilities. Like I would put it up there. I would say it should be. I need to go deeper. I need to play more into it because I want to see how deep this rabbit hole goes.
Right.
But I think if they kind of keep adding to it and make sure they keep the loot going and make sure they don't have a level cap, because I think if once you level cap, what are you going to do here? Like they need to keep this
Right?
thing going
You're
in
done.
some
Yeah.
way, add different dungeons. Then I think they have a really good chance to be a really, really good game that's sustainable. Um, Wes said, "What's the end game?" That's the whole thing. I don't know. Like, I hope, and you said, Todd, is there boss battles? So
Yeah, that'd be fun.
at the end of every dungeon, to complete the dungeon, there is a battle. There's a major battle with a lot of enemies, and then a major baddie at the end that you have to defeat. And it's different every dungeon of what
Yeah, I
kind of
heard that.
baddie it
It's
is.
procedurally generated, right? So it's different every time you go in.
Yeah, and I'm like, and Betty's got, like I said, Betty's probably level 30, and she's got tons of time in this game already. And she saw dungeons last night that she's never seen before. So
Oh, that was my next question.
it's still
It may be
generating new dungeons.
procedurally generated, but is there like 50 maps or is there hundreds of maps?
Yeah, I would say it's a lot. Like, we were in a library kind of style of dungeon last night, myself, Betty, and D, and Betty's like, "I've never seen this before." And I'm like, "Wow, that's pretty good." And, like,
Yeah.
there's enemies that she hasn't seen before yet. There's bosses that I haven't seen before yet. She was talking about, like, a lava boss or something like that, like
Mhm.
that I haven't seen yet. And I've got, like I said, I'm level 17. I've got some time into this thing. But there's
Those
different
frickin'
types of
bats,
dungeons
dude.
too, Todd. There's 4 different types of dungeons that you can go into. What were you
Okay.
saying, D?
I said those frickin' bats. Frickin' bats.
Bats suck. I
Yeah,
hate
they
the
do.
bats.
Sons of bitches.
But I'm really
Oh,
enamored with this game. Like, I like it a lot. Like, and I think you can raid on your own, Todd. It's just harder. Because you don't, because it's not going to be easy to get everybody in there all the time. And if you just want to go in and play, you should be able to go
That's
in
what I
and
mean,
play.
right? Like there needs to be a way to go in and play. There's one part about Ghostbusters that I hated that we'll talk about later. And
Yeah,
I'm
let's
just
hold that.
curious if
Let's
you can
definitely
do
hold that.
that in Dungeons of Eternity, if you can
You
play by
can.
yourself, that
Yeah,
would
you
be
definitely can.
it's good, right?
I
Some
just don't
people
know
don't like
how.
playing with other people.
Yeah, I just don't know how. It's gonna be. It would be hard, especially some of the certain
So it
dungeons.
doesn't scale. Like if you're on there with 2 people, is it easier than if you were 3 people?
No, I don't think so.
Don't think so.
I don't know. I don't know how that works, actually. It's tough to say. I know this. It does increase, the difficulty increases, and the enemy types change depending on what level you are, and it scales up to
Oh.
whoever the highest level is. So
Okay.
say
That's
me and
scary.
D, say myself at 17 and D at 6, we're going into a raid by ourselves. We are not going to get the same, difficulty level or types of enemies that, like, Betty's getting at 30. Like I started raiding early on my own, and I'm like, oh, this is, I can get through this. This is fairly easy. I was like level 4, level 5, building myself up. And then I went in and I jumped in with a raid with, Michelle Dillon and Betty, who are both really high level. And I'm like, holy crap, I'm getting like one shot killed from these guys because I was only like a level 6. And like, I could hit them 30 times with my weapon, and I wasn't doing any damage because I hadn't gotten any good weapons yet. You know what I mean? And what happens too is you don't really even start getting the good weapons until you level. So
Right.
I mean, unless you're extremely lucky, and I didn't see any of that, you're not getting any like serious unique weapons until you hit like 15.
Right.
Oh,
I
okay.
got one last night. I
I
love
know, yeah,
that.
that was the first time I saw you got a unique bow or something like that, right?
It was something I don't remember.
Hmm.
The show,
Yeah,
we
it was
gotta
set.
play after the show.
Yeah,
That's cool. Tasselhoff in chat says enemies scale with more people. You have 3 enemies as a solo player and up to 9 with 3 players.
yeah, there you go. Okay, so you can play
So,
by yourself, and it is
He's had
viable
7
then.
hours of solo play.
Okay, there you go.
There you go.
Why don't you get some friends, bro? Oh man, come hang out with somebody, man. You don't need to play by
Speaking of
yourself.
friends, Traveling Man 3775 $5 super chat says D's background is just as awesome as D. Happy Halloween, everyone.
Oh, nice. Look at you. Look at the background you got for us, man. All of a sudden, that looks sick.
Yeah.
Very creepy. So,
Halloween.
Dungeons of Eternity, I'm really liking it. Like, I can't, like, myself and Wes and Roots Wes has gotten into it quite a bit the last few days, I think. Because again, his wife Michelle is like in love with this game. So I think Wes is getting into it. I don't know how much Wes is really getting into it, but he is getting into it. So we'll see. I know he wants to see more out of the game. But I know he's committed to putting some time in, and like I know that myself and Roots and Wes will be getting in because I know we want to cover it for Virtual Strangers, and we just haven't covered it yet because we know that it's not something you can't just cover with an hour of gameplay. You need to put some time into it. I'm getting very close. Like I think with another 4 hours, I could probably have a good idea of exactly everything. There are some dungeon types I don't think I've done yet. Like I said, there's 4 different types of dungeons and I can't even remember which ones they are now. But if somebody in chat if Tasselhoff in chat, tell me what the types of dungeons are. I can't even remember now. But there's different types. There's 4 different types of dungeons that you can do, and some are harder than others, and some give you different things. Like there's some dungeons that just give you loot. There's some dungeons that just give you souls, and souls allow you to collecting souls allows you to craft more items, more usable items, because you have health that you can craft. You have bombs, you have different types of potions that will give you speed and power and invisibility.
Quad damage, I think, was one of the ones I had
Yeah,
listed.
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think, so the more souls you collect, so there's dungeons that all you do is go in and collect souls. There's no loot really there for you to collect. It's just souls. And then there's dungeons for other types of things. There's dungeons for the exosuit upgrades that I was telling you about. So the exosuit
Cool.
upgrades don't just drop in the normal dungeons. You have to go to one of the dungeons that is an exosuit dungeon, and then you get the perks that allow you to place a perk on your body. So I think you have brain, chest, arms, and legs for your perk that you can apply, and there's like 5 different perks for each one. I mean, that's the depth of this thing. It's crazy.
It's cool. Yeah. Wow.
I can't wait to get into it more.
Yeah, if you're a fan of this type of game, which is the looter, I don't want to say shooter because it's not a shooter, but a looter crawler. This is what this is. This is a looter crawler because you basically start with nothing, and it's all about raiding to get what to become stronger so you can battle. And again, I think like right now you're like, okay, well, they're going to run out eventually, but if they can keep adding things, it's popular enough. I really do think that they must be doing quite well if they're committed to, I hope they're committed right now and they're doing more to keep things coming. I hope we'll see some more coming from this, but I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it. D,
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
loving it. What do you say? What do you say? What are you going to give? What are you giving Dungeons and Eternity like a score right now, like out of 10?
I mean, I've only done 2 runs.
No, that's enough. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm 6?
What?
Oh, wow.
6?
Dude, I've
Wow.
done 2 freaking runs, man.
Did you
That's
hate those
way
runs?
lower than I thought it was gonna be.
Well, a 6 would mean that you went in there and you were like, "Wow, this fucking sucks."
No, it doesn't.
A 6
A
is
2
not a
would
good
be it
score.
No, 6 is not good.
Oh man, I was like, you caught me off guard. I'm
Yeah, me
thinking you're gonna
too.
give it like an 8 or a 9.
No. I'm not gonna give a freaking game a 9 after playing it for like 2 minutes.
Well, then don't
No.
score it. Don't give it a 6. I don't want people to like be afraid to go get it because you give it a 6.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna say
I can't wait to see these 25 lists.
I'm gonna say it's a straight 8.5, 9 for me. I mean, I'm enjoying it that much. Like literally, if they can keep things fresh in here, I'm like 8. I'm like an 8, 8.5, 9. I'm right there. I'm like in that area.
This screams MASH, right? Looter shooters is your thing. So
Yeah.
I'm not surprised your scores are higher, but 6 was a little surprising.
But I mean, it looks beautiful. I mean, this is Quest only. It looks freaking awesome. Right.
That's
The
true.
particle
Quest
effects are great. I mean, everything looks good in here. The shadowing is great. The enemies are good. The enemies are varied. The music is really good. The audio is really good. The weapon variety has been fantastic so far. I mean, I don't know. There's not much I can dig on this game. Like, there's not much I can say that's wrong with it. Like, I'm trying to think. D, do you have a criticism that you could give to it? I don't even know if I have one.
Is there collider issues? Is there
No, the
key jank,
the the key jank. Yeah, you find these keys that open chests, and throughout the game that's where you get your loot from. And there's a jank right now with some of the keys glitch out and you're not able to pick them up. But
there were 3 keys stuck in the freaking spiral staircase.
I know, right?
Dude, come on.
I know. But the physics, you were asking about the physics, the collision, amazing. Like it's really well done. Like the battling and the melee are really good.
It feels good, like when you're hitting somebody.
Yes. Yeah, it feels great.
Yeah, I'm definitely
throwing the weapon and having it come back to you and like being able to like time that and like get that down is really, really good. They have long bows that you can shoot that, for archery that feels really spot on.
That's what I've been using.
The movement is good. Like I like it. It feels like it's fast. It doesn't. You're not slowly. If you want to run, you can run. You can. You're not. You don't feel like you're like, running in cement. And
Right. That's good.
yeah, I think you have a jump button, which is great, and you can
Oh,
kind of like
that's
do
nice.
like a little bit of a jump hop
Who
thing,
makes a
which is
game
kind
that
of
you
cool.
can't jump in?
Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot more than you
I
think.
know.
I know, right? But yeah, I think it's really, really good. D, if you play it more and everything goes the way
Right.
you think it's going to go, I think you'd give it a higher score, right?
Well, yeah, because I've only been in it for 2 seconds, dude.
Right,
So,
right.
yeah,
If you had this,
that's a
yeah,
score in progress, okay?
I gotcha.
That's
Score
a good
in
Yeah,
caveat.
yeah,
That's a good
progress.
caveat. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. 6. I don't know. You got me all messed
Oh,
up with your
oh,
6.
oh.
I was like, because you're having a ton of fun in there. Like, I was expecting to say like 8 or 9.
No, cause how am I gonna give that high of a score on a game that I've been in for, again, 2 minutes, you know? No, I can't. Score in progress, 6. It's
Look at
my
her taking this
score.
so
Okay,
seriously.
it's your score. Wait till we get into this top 25. This is
Oh
going to be a
Yeah, I know. This is
knockdown
gonna be
drag out,
amazing.
dude. This is going to be a knockdown drag out. So yeah, I think that's what we'll hold on Dungeon Attorney. I think it's a really good game. I like it a lot. I'm playing it a ton. So and I want to keep going back to it. I have the last 3 days. Like literally, I was writing an article for XR Update, which is this top 25 list article that we'll be posted on XR Update. Sometime today or tomorrow. And I was actually I ended up playing Dungeons and Attorney so long that I was doing this article until almost 5 in the morning, trying to get it all set
You were
for
playing
my
games instead of doing work. My goodness.
exactly.
It's that
Yeah,
good.
it's about Betty and D are bad influences on me.
Bad D.
Bad.
Bad.
Emotional damage.
Nice. All right. So let's move on. So what the other game that dropped today is a bit of, I don't know. Let's talk about Ghostbusters: Rise of the Ghost Lord. So before we talk about, let's give some lead up to this. The game is pre-order. They do this big push for pre-order, trying to push people into buying it. And then they decide, which is weird because this is in Dreams, and we know
And
that
it's
in
such a big
Dreams,
IP. Like this could have got so much coverage if they had done this right.
but they decided not to give out early access to any creators. They had some creators playing it like live in different places, very limited spots. Like I think they're giving them small demos, but they decided not to give access to the actual game until
Right.
game day for any creators. So there was no before the game went live. There was no pre videos done. There was no reviews out there. There was no playthroughs or first impressions, anything like that, which always raises a red flag. Like
Yes.
I'm like, what are they hiding? Why don't they want to do this? And every once in a while, it's just they just don't want to for whatever reason, and it turns out fine. Most of the time, it's because they have something to hide. Like most of the time, it's because they're very concerned about pre-orders. They don't want to They're worried about the game. They're worried about the score, and they're worried that if anybody gives it a review that's not fantastic early, then you're going to kill all your pre-orders, or people are going to start canceling
And I
before
think
the
they're
game.
worried about even launch day sales because you can set up embargoes and NDAs that say you can't post anything until the game goes live. So there are no pre-reviews or playthroughs or anything. It's only after the game launches. But they didn't even let us do that. So nobody who was curious about the game could go onto YouTube or Facebook or anywhere else and look up the game and see what it's like. You're forced to go buy it if you wanted to try it.
There's a
Chad,
solution for
I
this.
think it's a bad move.
Make a good game,
Yeah,
and
make
you
a good
don't have
game.
to worry about this.
Right,
you
then
know?
then it doesn't matter how you do it. But
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, this is a thing that has been bothering me. Like, I don't like when they do these things, and I think it's a problem with the pre-order system. Like, I think we need to like get rid of this pre-order system. Like, and their only way, and they're not going to, because we have enough people that continue to buy pre-orders. But if they keep feeding us garbage on things that they're getting us to pre-order, and we keep pre-ordering them and keep giving them and keep feeding that system, they're going to keep doing this where they're like, well, we're not going to give anybody access because we need to make sure that our pre-orders are saved. they're gonna give us garbage games, and they're gonna, like, keep baiting us with pre-orders, and it needs to stop. Like, it needs to be over with. So, basically, I think everybody out there needs to say, "I am not gonna pre-order any more games, and I'm not gonna buy anything till I at least see a review of the game." That is fair. Now, on Quest, at least, you can get a refund, at least. Like,
Right.
so
True.
if you as long as you don't play more than 2 hours or 2 weeks' time has passed, you can get a refund. But for PlayStation, there's no refund. You pre-order, and it's dog shit, and it's a broken game or whatever, it's over, man.
Yep.
You're stuck. You're stuck. And that's what I hate. Like, I'm tired of this pre-order system. Now, when a while back, I remember, like, growing up, pre-orders were great, man. They used to give you really great stuff for just ordering early, and then but the games all launched fine. Like, most of the games were good, and they weren't broken, and they weren't like they didn't have problems. Nowadays, almost every game launches imperfect in some way, or there's some kind of major malfunction.
Because
And
they
they're
can
like, "Oh,
push
we'll
out a
just patch
patch.
later."
Yeah. Like, how many Nintendo games did you buy that you had to then wait for a second cartridge to come to your house with the patch? None of them.
Never.
Ever. They didn't ship the game unless it was working, completely working.
No.
There's obviously some, needles in the haystack where that didn't happen, but the majority of those games shipped finished. Not anymore. I just
Back in
played
the
the
day.
Modern Warfare 3, the beta test, because I pre-ordered like a monkey.
I see.
What a hot pile of garbage that is right now.
And that's freaking Modern Warfare, and they can't
Yeah.
get it right. You know what I mean? So, like, we're trying to we're holding, we need to
Yeah.
hold everybody responsible for the game. Like, that's what it is. And I know everybody's afraid that the developers aren't going to make VR games anymore, but God, like, if we let them all off the hook and let them do whatever they want, they're going to keep giving us bad games, and then we're going to be like, well, why are we getting bad games? Well, because we're feeding that system. You need to stop feeding the system and hold them accountable. If they keep putting bad stuff out there, then we need to hold them accountable for those things.
Yeah. And I love End Dreams. Like, I really, really do. They make some of my favorite games.
Yeah. So let's talk about this. So there's the lead up to it. We have a studio that normally doesn't operate like this. They normally are very open with their games. They give everybody early access. They give everybody enough time to work a review into their schedule and do the recording and get everything ready to go. So they have content ready to
On
go
launch
either
day,
right
there's all
before
kinds
or
of
launch day.
content. Yeah.
So they don't do that this time. Now they basically said, well, hey, it's not under our control because this is run by Sony. So we're like, okay, that's fine. But when Sony does this too, that's an issue. Like, Sony's not does it. It's not that it's like Sony's thing and they always do that. That's not the case. They hold it back when they want to hold it back, and then they give access when they want to give access. So it automatically throws red flags for me, especially for a studio that is known for not doing this. Again, like Todd said, I love End Dreams. Like, they have a proven track record of great games.
Yeah.
They're a really good studio. So let's talk about Ghostbusters. Again, I only have an hour into this thing, so I'm not going to be. This is not a review. I'm not going to be
No.
telling you to
I'm
buy it.
definitely
I'm
gonna
not
play
going to be
more.
telling you not to buy it. All I'm going to tell you about is the experience I've had so far, and I think Todd feels a little bit more strongly about it than I do. So I will let you go first.
You sure?
Yes, you go first.
Ugh.
Okay, yeah. Should I not? Are you that mad?
I was very frustrated, and
No
I
way.
decided when I played it, I was gonna record because I thought, you know what, this is gonna be a part of my review. I want my first. Holy shit! I'm in Ghostbusters. I want it recorded. So I
Hold on.
recorded everything I did today.
Is it going to be an official rant?
Maybe.
All right, sit back. I get to sit back and watch the rant now. This is fun.
I was so frustrated. Within like 20 feet of playing the game, I was pissed off.
Really? Like, so,
Yeah.
like, even in the prologue, like in the tutorial basic?
Yeah, like walking into the building.
Really? Walking into the
Pissed.
building?
There's no collision in anything in the game. It was driving me crazy. Your fists can go through the door, the wall, the floor. There's like 4 items in the first main room that you can actually interact with, like these
The
books.
bottles?
Is it a bottle? I don't know. It's
There's
shaped like a
bottles on
dildo.
it.
I don't know what the hell it is. There's no labels on the bottles. The graphics are terrible. The books have no pages. There's no detail in the book on the outside or where the paper would be on the, like on the inside. It's a closed book. So I picked up all this stuff trying to interact with stuff. You can't open a drawer. You can't touch the couch because your arms go through it. You can't touch the walls. anything. You can't touch anything. Your hands don't bounce off anything. I pick up the book, and then I drop the book, and the book goes right through the floor, just like my hands did. I'm so pissed off. So then I grab the bottle, and I'm like, you know what? It'd be cool if I could just break this on the table. So I smash the table, and of course, right through the table. You drop the bottle, and it makes the sound that it broke, but it just bounces around on the floor. I was so frustrated. And then you get into the actual gameplay of this is just like this prologue of why you're there and you know how you're getting introduced to the team and things like that, which I thought was good. The story was good. The narration was good. The interaction with stuff was extremely railroaded. Like you couldn't do anything other than exactly what it wanted you to do, which I also found frustrating. The graphics of things like the slime was bad. I had such a bad time. I just was so frustrated.
Man.
Yeah.
So frustrated. The proton beam is like a
Oh, yeah.
square that comes out of the fucking gun.
Yeah,
And then there's one part where where there's this. I don't want to give away too much of the game because it's Ghostbusters.
Let it
There's
out,
lots of
Todd.
fun
Let
stuff.
it out.
This is
know
Quest,
it's-
by the way.
This
Yes.
is just the Quest version.
Apps are
I've
saying PSVR, and I have not.
I haven't tried the PSVR version.
I have
yet.
not tried the PSVR.
haven't
I
tried
don't
it.
think because I'd have to go buy it, and I don't think I'm buying it. I
Right.
just bought it on Quest. I don't
Right.
think
Me
I'm
too.
going to buy it on
Yeah.
PlayStation VR 2.
I mean,
So
there's
unless
not a
they-
chance in hell. Yeah.
So unless they send me a key, that's the only way I'm playing it.
So there, you go through this tutorial and to get your equipment and stuff, and you end up in this stage and you meet the Ghost Lord, which I thought was a little weird that you meet the end game guy within like 2 minutes of the game. I've already know what he looks like and where he is and what he sounds like. I thought that was weird. But there's this giant eyeball ghosty thing that you have to fight. You have to pull his eyeballs out, which was cool. And you're catching ghosts with your little trap. That was cool. It felt Ghostbuster-y. But and because I'm recording this, I don't know what I'm going to do with the footage yet. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it. But I pulled out the eyeball from this thing to do the, you have to catch these eyeballs in your little proton trap. My proton beam is shooting this way with a little lasso effect. The eyeball is over here and it's crooked and it's not moving. And my trap is going off as if it's catching something and I'm completely stuck.
I had the same thing.
I was so fucking mad.
I had the same. I actually
walked
got
around
through it though.
so many
Did you have to
times. I
start
eventually
over?
got through it. No, I didn't.
Okay.
Eventually, I was so mad. I was protoning everything, trying to figure out what to do, and then finally they all came together, and it went in the trap. But boy, I was pissed off.
Yeah. Oh, Les says we have keys for PlayStation VR 2. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if we're gonna want. I'm not sure if
Assassin's
we're gonna
Creed
want. them.
VR says the same thing happened to him. So maybe it's the same part for everybody who's all fucked up.
Yeah.
That should have been fucking flushed out in beta testing or something. Come on, that was 20 minutes into the game.
What?
I was so mad.
So I'm.
And
are you,
then
okay,
that
keep
part
going.
ends.
Just let him go. Let him go.
And then I'm in a lobby with people and they're talking to me.
Yeah.
There's no introduction to multiplayer. There's no how the lobby system works, or you don't even get ported back to what the main screen would be, where you can pick if you want to do a solo run or an offline run or join a group or create one with friends. You don't go anywhere near that information. I just ported back into the headquarters. It says, let's go back to headquarters and get a new mission.
Here we
And
go.
it's full of people
That you don't know.
that I don't know. And I'm
Yeah.
recording it. And I'm like, what the fuck? Who are you people? And the guy's like, I don't know who you are either, man.
I did the same thing. I got in there
so
with the father and
frustrated.
daughter, and the father and daughter were like, who are these
Who
strange
the hell
people?
are you?
And I'm like, I'm just trying to get in here and get into the game. And then
So
she was like,
dumb.
Dad, there's a guy in here.
Right?
I'm like, I'm just a guy trying to play. I swear to God,
Yeah.
I'm not like
I'm
cheating or
nice.
anything. Yeah.
I was so mad. That's my
Ju-
Canadian rant. Yeah.
Nice. Hey, that's for Canadian. That was like me. I'm surprised he didn't rip her headphones off.
No, see, because
I
he's
didn't
not
scream and
he's
yell. I
not
was
screaming at the
articulate.
top of his lungs,
Yeah.
but it was great to see. That's why I said, just let it go, let it out.
Right.
Yeah.
So
My
All right.
blood pressure is so high. You have no idea how mad I was. I went upstairs and I was yelling at Allison. Like this, I
Really?
can't believe
You're yelling at your
Ghostbusters is
wife?
fucking terrible.
I know you sent me a Discord message and you said, I can't wait. You can't wait to talk about Ghostbusters with a mean face on it. So yeah. So I'll give you my thoughts on Ghostbusters. I don't like it, but I don't think I'm as mad as
It's
as
a $1
you.
million IP, Ghostbusters. I should be able to
Yeah.
put my hand on a fucking table and it stops.
Agreed. I agree with these things. Like, so here's what I see. It's actually not a bad looking game. Like the art style.
Yeah, the art style, I didn't mind it.
The detail is not there. So if you're
No.
looking for, if you're look if you just got a seventh guest and you see the
Oh my
detail of that castle or that house and everything that's in that house, and then you go to Ghostbusters, you are not going to see that level of detail.
You think you've stepped back 10 years in time.
But the
It's
art
totally
style
different.
and the way it looks like, I do like. It has a very. You remember the real Ghostbusters cartoon?
Yep.
Remember that? It
Mhm.
looks a lot like that
Yeah.
to me. Like it has that like feel to it. It has that like graphical style to it, which is
But
I'm
the
okay
bottle
with.
should have a label on it, not just a blur.
Yeah, no,
The book should have
the level of
pages.
detail sucks.
It's
I
so
agree.
bad.
I agree. The character models, though, I think are pretty good. Like if you
Yeah, the character models are not bad, yeah.
when you do see some other characters, because I
Yeah.
think there's like 5 different character models that you can choose
6.
from. 5 or
6, yeah.
okay, 6. Yeah. So and they actually look really good. Like I thought it was
Yeah.
like, wow, I think they did a really good job on the character models.
Other than the equipment that you hold.
Yeah, the equipment
When
is
you
like,
stand in your mirror, you've got like your little trap on one side and your PKE meter or whatever on the other side.
mhm.
But they're like 2 feet off your body. They're not attached to you in any way. So if you move really quick, they stay still, and then they're like, "Woo," and they slide over to where your body is. I was just
How'd
so
that
mad.
go?
I was so mad.
How'd that go?
Woo.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I had the same experience. So I get in, I'm like, okay, this doesn't look too bad. And then I walk up to this house that you need to go into. They basically force you right away into a tutorial. Before you even see a menu, you have to go into this tutorial where you have to go to this house to find your proton pack and your PKE and your traps.
Oh,
Another
got
thing
something
just
else.
popped into my head.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I love it.
The tutorial boxes pop up. So
Oh
that
my God, that's what
to
I was
tell
going to
you-
bring up.
oh, fuck! I'm screaming at my
This-
headset.
Now
Those
that is
boxes
something
won't move.
that
and you
is
can't turn
something
it
I
off.
can't forgive.
I went through
That-
every option, and you can't turn it off.
Like I don't know,
They're
like
this
this.
big in the front of your face. You can't even see the ghost you're shooting. I was so fucking mad.
Those are so bad. Like, and I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand. Like with
This is
that,
great.
that is one of the biggest things with me. This is in Dreams. Like
I
this
don't need a
is
fucking tutorial.
like in Dreams is a good company. They know how to make VR games. But when they put like in this tutorial and in even this tutorial and then whatever the next mission is, it doesn't go away.
Yeah, it doesn't go away. It's like the
So-
tutorial's over, and it's still these giant
I thought it
boxes
was-
that you can't get rid of.
I really thought it was just going to be for the tutorial, and then I would go away. And I got into another mission, and it didn't go
Still
away.
there.
I'm like, what the f, man? Like, why is this not going away? Like, why do I see this? And basically, what it is it's kind of like in the tutorial, it's telling you what you need to do when you get to a certain spot. So this huge screen comes up, and it overlays over everything you see, but it actually happens during the action of the game. And it doesn't pause, so you're still in the middle of trying to do whatever you're trying to do, like battle a ghost. It completely blocks out your vision of the ghost, so it's overlaid
Completely.
over the ghost. You can't see anything, and there's no way to get it off the screen.
I figured out a
Until
way.
you-
You could turn your head like this and then look out the side of your eye to see the ghost.
Oh no!
Because then the tutorial box is over here, and I can see the ghost out the right side of my. I was so mad. Oh my god.
Your camera zoomed in on you when you did that.
That was perfect, right?
So that actually drove me more nuts than anything else. Like the visuals I'm not happy with, but I do like the art style. The level of detail is extremely small and crappy. And like you said, collision with everything, unless it's like exactly what they want you to grab, you can't touch anything. Like door handles,
Anything.
like the only ones you and it's super dumbed down. Like they don't let you search anything out. It's basically they tell you exactly where to go.
Giant
highlight
glowy thing on the
items.
floor, and yeah.
I'm hoping it gets better as you go. But I mean, I went to the next mission and it still did it. Like,
Yep.
It's like it's made for little kids, and it's only made for little kids. So, and then I get into so once you get through the tutorial, they let you do a mission where you're actually doing everything that you're supposed to be doing, and you get into a lot of battles and a lot of fights. And I hate these battles, Todd. Like I don't like you were talking about the proton beam and all that. And
misses all the time.
it does feel like Ghostbusters, but it's too imperfect.
Yeah.
It's frustrating. Like I can't control what I want to control with it. Because basically here's what you have to do. It's almost like real VR fishing, right? So you shoot this proton beam and you lasso a ghost. Now you're like real VR fishing where you need
Are you
to
serious?
yeah, to
But there's
bring
no
down
reeling it in though. You just gotta
yeah.
pull.
You're
Well,
just pulling
yeah.
it. But you know how in
Yeah.
real VR fishing you have to pull to a different way of whatever the way the fish is going. This is
Right.
basically the same here with the ghost. The ghost moves this way. You need to pull the proton beam this way as you're attached to it to get it to be tired enough to where you can throw a trap underneath it to get it.
Right.
So the problem with that is, and also you have to steer it with the lasso to get it over top of wherever your trap is. The problem is you can't fucking control the whole thing. You can't. There's no way to like shorten the beam in any way to
No.
bring it towards you. So if you want to like bring it back towards you, you have to back up in the game while you're trying to do all these things, and it's counterintuitive to what the controls are. So if you need to move left or right, it's counterintuitive because you're trying to control the beam with the other controller. So it's very difficult to get right in the controlling. The beam itself is kind of cool. Like I feel like I'm a Ghostbuster. Everything I can
Yeah.
do, you could do. It's just not done properly. It's imperfect. And now maybe I'll get better at it. Like I said, I'm only an hour in. There's possibility maybe I get better. Maybe there's a learning curve. You can upgrade your
X-ray vision to see through the fucking boxes and pop up
that
everywhere.
too. Yeah,
Yeah, the upgrading system was cool. There's like a big machine where you can take your proton blaster, you set it up, you can print parts, and I upgraded the tip of it a couple times, and that was neat. Definitely needs that sort of progression, so that was cool.
And then
Completely shit on it, I guess. But
yeah, so then I battled my way through this, uneventful boss battle with this, like Todd said, this eye monster, which had the same exact thing happen to you, happened to me. I had to work my way through it just to get. I thought I was gonna have to restart it.
did
But I
you
finally
also
got
have
through it.
the purple blobby things during that fight?
Yeah.
I had one purple blobby thing that was up on the second floor,
hmm
and the second floor is blocked with a fence. You can't get up there.
Yeah, I can throw my trap
So
from
I had
the
to
bottom,
lob
though.
the trap up there.
Yeah, you can throw the
No
trap.
jump
there.
button. I can't
No,
jump
no
either.
jump button. I hate that too.
I
know.
hate that.
And you know what I hate too is there's no option for turn speed. So you can.
Yeah, there
So
was.
you can.
I
You
found
can.
it.
Either where.
Yeah, in the settings. Yeah, turn speed and turn.
So I went to smooth turn, but there was no.
Oh
adjustment.
no! After you, no, you're right. No, you're
There's
right.
no adjustment to speed it up.
It was just
So
angles for snap.
yeah,
turning.
and that's
Yeah.
for snap. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there is free locomotion.
Mhm.
You can teleport if you want to teleport, but if you like free loco, which most of us do,
Mhm.
you can free locomotion with it, and you can get off snap turn and go to smooth turn. The problem with that is smooth turn has to be done right. If smooth turning is too slow, it can actually give you motion sickness. It's like both sides of it. If you have too fast of a smooth turn, sometimes it can cause people nausea. But if you have too slow of a smooth turn, it can actually give you nausea that way as well. And it's frustrating. Like it's too slow and it doesn't give me any options at all. What game nowadays do you see come out that doesn't give you a speed of your smooth turn? Normally you have like 5 or 6 levels of speed that you can increase it. And this is in Dreams. They know how to make VR games. This is in Dreams. This is one of the better VR companies out there. Like I don't understand. Like it's not like this is their first VR game. These are small issues that they should know how to take care of. When I have a menu in a tutorial that's in front of my face that doesn't allow me to do the tutorial, who in Dreams tested this and was like, yeah, this is okay. Like, I don't have a problem with this. Like, who the fuck did that? Like seriously, like, and I don't want to say anything bad about In Dreams because I like them. I like all the people there. Normally, I rave about every game they have because every game they have is good. But this is Ghostbusters. You have to be better. You can't launch like this. And maybe there's small things. And again, I'm not giving this a review. I'm not saying don't go buy it. I'm not saying go buy it. I'm saying that in the time I've had with it, because they didn't give us any early access, the only time that I've had with it, which is an hour or so, I was frustrated with it. I'm not happy with it. Maybe if I had more time and got better at it, I might give it a better. I might be able to say better things about it. But the small things I'm saying about it right now, and the reason that Todd's so upset is because it's not, we expect more. Like, again, this is one of the premier VR developers out there. If they don't do the things right, who is going to do the things right? It doesn't make any sense. Hey, Nathan's in chat. What's going on, Nathan? How you doing? He says, I honestly did not expect it to launch in such a rushed and unfinished state. I only warn people about the game's content. Nathan, I agree. Like, I don't get it. Early access, it just throws up red flags when we don't
I
get
was
early
so
access.
frustrated.
And then we're all and we're all like, why are we not getting early access? Because that's the first thing I think is because that's what happens now. Like now I'm jaded. Like I was already going in going, man, I don't know if this game's gonna be any good. I'm worried about Ghostbusters because they didn't give
We just
anybody
had
early
another
access.
one like a month ago that did the same thing. What was that? I can't remember. Something else launched recently that didn't have early access, and it came out and it was a hot pile of garbage.
I don't remember. Was it Hellsweeper for PlayStation? Maybe I don't know something. One of those games. I mean, I could be wrong.
But I don't think it was Hellsweeper.
But yeah, I know. But
that's the sentiment, right? If you're not going to give it to content creators that are going to, get reviews ready for launch day, to me that's a red flag. That's a what the fuck? Like,
yeah,
obviously something's not right. And yeah, I was very correct in this round because it is not right at all.
Right.
I'm not
that's what it was.
Obviously.
It was Project Wingman.
Project Wingman. That's what it was.
It's not that they didn't give anybody access. They shadow launched it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They didn't tell anybody. They just launched it.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then what Todd's talking about is basically you get done with these two first tutorial missions, and literally, like he said, it's a blink, and you're in a freaking open lobby with people. You're like,
with strange people. Yeah.
Like, what just happened? Where I
thought it was NPCs. So I'm like walking around, and then I hear them talking to each other. I'm like, hello? And he's like, hey. I'm like,
yeah, you're
like,
in.
Who the fuck are you?
you're in your home base. You're in your home base, and you think you're alone, and all of a sudden you turn around. There's other people. Like I said, I was in there with a dad and daughter, and they didn't know either. They did the same thing. They're like, "Why is there a strange dude in here?" I mean, because you don't know. Like,
so weird.
So here's my question, because I don't know. Is my camera fucking moving? What is this OBSbot? I don't know. I'm getting rid of it, Todd.
All right, I'm keeping mine. Love it.
Unlock me. But so. Anybody out there in chat, Nathan, if you're out there, do you know is this multiplayer only? Like, can I not single player this game?
Yeah, no, I exited, went back to the main menu, the main screen menu, and then there's a
these cameras suck, dude. We're getting rid of these cameras.
Every time I move my hands, it zooms in on me. There's a solo mode, an offline mode, a multiplayer lobby kind of thing that I think is what it dumps you in. And then there's a friends thing where you can invite friends, like a private lobby with codes and stuff. But even the lobby that I joined unknowingly had a code.
Yeah, I did see
it was like as if it was a private lobby that I just appeared in. It was
weird. I did see a spot where you can make your own private lobby.
Yeah, if you solo play, the chick ghost with a little ghost on her back plays with you, so that you can high five and res you.
Right, you can get resurrected. So, okay, I get it. Yeah. I mean, okay, thank God at least for that.
Yeah.
But it sounds like it's mainly for multiplayer. This is like that's the focus. If they're putting you in a multiplayer,
for sure.
If they're automatically putting you in a multiplayer lobby as soon as you get through the tutorial,
they want weird.
They want you to play multiplayer. You know what I mean?
I expected to just continue playing by myself with this ghost chick. And
did you get in and play multiplayer?
No, I talked to these people in the lobby and I upgraded my thing a bit. I'm like, I don't want to be. I'm recording the whole time, and now I feel weird because I'm recording these people and I didn't tell them I was recording them. So
you didn't tell them you were recording? How dare you, bro?
Yeah, well, I didn't live stream it, so whatever.
It's terrible. So I did go into a multiplayer. I did get into a multiplayer with two other players or three. I think it was a team of 4. And I got through the whole thing. It was extremely boring.
So repetitive.
Chaotic. Like it's just chaotic. Everybody's running everywhere. You know what I mean? And again, the controls are just not the controls of controlling the proton beam are just not done well. It feels like you can't control it. Like and again, maybe I'll get better. Maybe it's just me and being new.
Maybe they'll tweak it.
There's a nuance to it. But there's some enemies that you just shoot with the proton beam, and there's some that you have to lasso and trap them.
Some you don't even have to touch. You just throw your trap underneath.
Yeah, I do like the PK
That's
meter, but I haven't used it in game yet. Like I haven't. Like I went into the multiplayer game or the multiplayer game.
Well, they just dump you into a room full of ghosts, so it's not like you have to do anything.
Exactly. It wasn't. I was searching a ghost out. You mean they let you use it in the prologue or the tutorial, but then I got into the multiplayer and we didn't use it not once in the multiplayer map I played. It was all run and gun basically.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it was a cool mission thing. You had to go fill up these tanks with ectoplasm from ghosts that you had to kill, and I don't know, just so far, again, and this is not a review. This is just my early first impressions. So far, I am not enjoying this game whatsoever. I will go in and do some solo stuff because I hope the story is good at least.
We've got to get in there as a group. Like 2 of us should go in
Yeah,
there.
I want to do that too. I mean, I'll do the
I think that would be
multiplayer.
fun, especially with people not strange people and their daughters. That just seems weird that they would throw you into that. But a group of friends would be fun. I think at least
Nathan
it would be
says,
fun to try.
yeah. Nathan is saying the problem with this game is that it's pure live action service title with purpose to sell headsets to new people. Remind me a lot of Marvel Powers United in terms of marketing push. Yeah, exactly. And that's the scary thing, right? Like, how many new people are in VR right now who just went and bought this Quest 3? They see this title that Ghostbusters is coming right after the launch of the Quest 3, and they're getting in there and they're like, "Wow, this is Ghostbusters. It must be amazing." And they get in there and they're frustrated, or they're seeing the problems that we're seeing, and the experience is not great. Like, to me, this game launching around the launch of a new headset has to be great. Like, how
That's
do you
why
let this
graphically,
happen?
I was surprised at how shitty it was. They held this for the Quest 3.
You think Sony did this on purpose to torpedo Meta? Sony's like, hey,
Right?
let's partner up. We'll put out the shittiest Ghostbuster game we can to freaking blow Meta's launch of their Quest 3.
It worked.
Dude, I don't understand.
I don't know. I was so frustrated.
How do they test this game? And they're like, yes, this is ready to go. Let's do this. You know what I mean? They're like, come on, there's just some simple things here. And again, these are early on in the game. Like, maybe they go away and maybe there's not an issue with them. But like right now, I just, like, an hour in, I'm not having fun. And like, if you can't draw me in an hour, it's an hour. Like, if you can't draw me in an hour and I'm not having fun with what I'm doing, you're losing them. You're going to lose a lot of people. A lot of people are going to nope out and
it's
get
not a
refunds.
$20 game. It's a $40
game, $39.99 American. And maybe that's the case, Artful. Maybe it is a Sony issue. You know what I mean? Sony seems to want to push things out. They have their own agenda. They want, and we're seeing this more and more with Sony pushing things. Like, I know there's games that have launched on PlayStation VR 2 that launched earlier than the developer wanted them to launch because that was Sony's timeline. And Sony told them they needed to launch. But End Dreams is bigger than this. Like, they need to be better. They need to, like, I get what they want to get with Meta, or they get with Sony and be part of that. But this hurts End Dreams as a developer.
I played, an hour and a half of Ghostbusters and an hour of Sushi Ben.
Oh, don't.
And I had 10 times more fun in Sushi Ben.
Why you got to go to Sushi
10
Ben?
times.
Why you got to go to Sushi Ben on me? I'm going to hate
grab
this
a door
game.
in Sushi Ben and open the door.
Yeah, but if the game still sucks, who the fuck wants to go in and just grab doors? Like, if the game's not good, I mean, it better be good. This game better be good. If I go to Sushi, I'm going to go play Sushi Ben. If you make me go play Sushi Ben and it's garbage, I'm going to have problems.
The size of the world is bigger than the whole Ghostbusters world.
I do like the open worldness of it because of Ghostbusters. I will say that. So you have your room where you have like your your Ecto 1 car. Your car is there, the Ecto 1, and you have like this huge map of the city on a table, like a 3D map that you can actually pick out different jobs to go to.
Mm-hmm.
That seems pretty cool. There does seem like there is a story here. There's something going on with this ghost lord. You release them into the world and you're having to take care of things. They mention the Ghostbusters. I wonder if we'll ever see any of the actual Ghostbusters characters
or reference to them as something. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Somebody asked earlier on, licensed music, and yes, you do hear the Ghostbusters song.
Yeah. It's going to make streaming it extremely difficult, by the way.
Yeah, don't play that part. I don't know if it is it. I don't know if it's throughout the rest of the game. I heard it after the second tutorial mission before they bring you into the lobby. You hear no, it's in between. I think it's in between the two or something like that. It's in between the two tutorial missions, I think. I didn't see Slimer the ghost. There are ghosts that I saw that look like Slimer, but that don't exactly look like Slimer. So
definitely not him. Yeah.
No. You like, it has the shape of him and what a Slimer ghost would be, but it's not him. So. Maybe we'll see him later on. I don't know. I hope
they missed something too with Ecto 1. In order to go to your mission, you got to drive it?
No, I said, let me drive it.
Oh, I was like, what? Yeah, you go to the mission table, you pick a mission, and then you go to Ecto 1, you just walk up to it, and the screen goes black, and then you're in the mission. Like, I should be able to get in that car and even have it drive me. I don't care. I don't need to drive it. but I should be in the car driving away, and then it goes to black. Come on, it's Ghostbusters Ecto 1. I can't even sit in it. I was pissed off about that too.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
was so
disappointed.
upset.
I
I
don't
was
think I'm as
disappointed.
disappointed as you. Like I'm okay. Like to me, I think the art style is pretty cool. Again, it's not very detailed. Like you said, like with a lot of there's no detail to any of the objects. And nothing you can everything is predetermined whatever you can only touch what they want you to touch.
The rooms are like bigger, like twice the size of my room. And in it, there's 2 books and a bottle that you can touch.
I know. It's like it's so empty. I know.
It's so empty. Like it looks ridiculous. Yeah.
It's amazing when you see this game and then you see a game like Walking Dead Saints and Sinners.
Oh my
You're
God, right?
You're like, that's a AAA title that they put AAA time and
Effort
money into.
Yeah.
And they made it right. Like this game feels like it's a mobile, cheaply
cell
made
phone
game.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Like I want because here's the deal with this game being what it is. You need to go into this game and go, holy crap, this is an amazing experience. It needs to be instant. It needs to be like almost immediately. And it's not. Like you go in and you see this, it's very cartoony, which again, I'm okay with, but you see this mansion and you walk into the mansion and like Todd said, the mansion's dead. There's just no life to it. Everything is static. There's nothing there for you to interact with.
There's even like lamps that are bent, that are tipped over, laying down. You can't, I wanted to pick it up and stand it back up. Why can't I do that?
There's a couple of bottles, like liquor bottles that you can move, and you can do it because they glow yellow when you go to do it, and that's the only thing. And like Todd said, you can't break them, or you can't. They just bounce around, and it's just weird. It's like no-nos. It's like no-nos of VR that like most developers know. Like, don't do these things. And Dreams knows these things because they've made great VR
I'm
games.
sure their hands were tied ridiculously tight from Sony. I'm sure.
I played the Quest 3 version. I played on the Quest 3. You played on your Quest 3, I'm assuming. I did not play the PlayStation.
On the Quest 3. I haven't tried Quest 2 yet. No.
Apparently, Wes says we have access to the PlayStation VR 2 version. I will try that. I'll try that. And like, I would say by the time I come back on for Virtual Strangers tomorrow night with Wes and Roots, I will have time in the PlayStation VR 2 version. God, I hope I feel better.
I'm curious to see if you have the same eyeball problem as everyone in chat said they had, and you had, and I had. Like, I wonder if the PlayStation version
maybe
just is fucked up in the same spot. Yeah.
It's just weird. D, are you gonna like get it in any way, or are you out just listening to what we're saying, is this like
I'm
completely
not
turning
gonna buy
off?
it, but it may be on a system that's in this house. I don't know.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, if you have access to it, definitely try it, and you can see what we're talking about. But
yeah, and for anybody watching now or anybody watching later, I'm
watch
not
more
saying,
reviews. Hold off on purchasing it. I would say hold off.
Because
but hold off.
Yeah, because we're unhappy right now. Understand that Todd has an hour. I have an hour in this game. You know what I mean? And that's no fault of ours. It's the fault of the developers for not giving any access. So I'm coming on here. We're coming on here on our platform to talk about this game, and I can only give you my impressions of an hour. I mean, and that's unfortunate because if it does get better, okay, if it does get better, and they're like, well, you didn't play enough of it. Well, that's your fault. And Dreams, that's your fault, Sony. Give us access to at least a day or two before, so that when I come on here the night of launch on my podcast and Todd's podcast, D's podcast, if we come on here and talk about it, you can't be upset at us if we're only talking about an hour of it, because you know what? I have a life to live. I got a job to do. I have work. So I barely had enough time to get in there, play it a little bit, so we could at least talk about it a little bit. And I wanted to talk about it because me and Todd actually spoke, like, do we talk about this at all? Do we get into it? And I'm like, well, we need to, because it's a topic that everybody wants to know about.
Yeah, that was definitely a discussion. Like, do we just come on here and shit on it, or do we just? I don't know what to do. Like, I really like In Dreams, and I don't want to shit on the game, but I don't want you guys to go out and buy it and be like, "What the fuck, Eric? What the fuck, Todd? You told us this game was good." I'm not telling you that.
Yeah. So just understand that I'm not saying, don't turn off from this game immediately. Just go in knowing that maybe you should hold. I wouldn't say go buy it immediately. I wouldn't say never go buy it. I would just say hold a little bit and see some more in-depth reviews. And if you can get
the first patch.
Mateo,
maybe join their Discord, see if there's some sort of patching.
So no, he didn't. Substatica. No, he didn't. Mateo just had a post that said it had an excellent introduction.
Really? Well, now I gotta go yell at him.
I'm gonna kill him. So yeah, but again, I would just hold. I think
Yeah.
that's gonna be the final note on this game is just hold. Don't don't not buy. Don't buy. I would just hold until somebody comes out with a more in depth review. Then you'll feel more comfortable when you make your decision for $40. By the way, not a
Yeah, it's
cheap
not like
game.
a $20 game. Yeah.
I just if this is not great, like if it turns out to be as bad as we feel it could be, I feel bad for the PlayStation owners who went and pre-ordered and now they're stuck. Unless you don't download it. I think that's the only way you can do it. If you don't download it at all, if you pre-ordered it and don't download, I think you can get a refund on PlayStation. That's the only way. If you even download it but not even open the game up, you're stuck with it on
Yeah,
PlayStation.
I think so. Yeah. At least you got 2 hours, right? So even with Quest is almost a try before you buy kind of scenario. You can go play it for an hour. You won't get very far in an hour, but you might get to that janky part if it's
Yeah.
still there and not been patched,
Uh,
and then make your own decision, I suppose. But
I'm good.
Air Force One says, I say totally buy the game. The movies weren't all that great. I have a personal feeling, although I have not played the game yet, that it has to be better than the movies. Well, that's the one point. I guess you could take it from there. If the movies are terrible.
Which movies?
Yeah, I
The
was gonna
old
say the
movies?
original. Yeah,
The
not
OGs? Or the new ones?
the OGs were great.
the new one's great too, like the brand new one, the one with all the girls in it was a pile of hot garbage.
Dude, anything with Paul
But
Rudd.
the one
come
with the
on.
kids was freaking awesome.
I didn't see
Paul
that one.
Rudd.
I gotta
Oh
see
my
it now.
god, yeah, that was Paul Rudd's one. It
Paul
was so
Rudd.
good. I think I've seen it
All
3
you
times.
need.
It's
That's
good.
all you need is Paul Rudd. He's fabulous. I love him.
I would say that this is unfortunate for In Dreams.
Yeah.
I don't know. Have we seen reviews out there yet? I did not want to.
I looked,
Number one,
I couldn't find any.
I mean, are we? Let me ask you this: are we off base here? Anybody else who has played? I don't. I think Nathy has the same feeling that we do. I'm feeling that from him from chat. If he feels differently, please say so, Nathy. But it sounds like you're along the same path as us. Is anybody out there that's besides Mateo apparently that are saying that this game has really blown them away? Like I'd love to know. Like maybe somebody has more time in it that we do that's seeing something that we're not. But I'm just not seeing anything here that I have no particular compunction to go back in here other than I need to for the show.
Exactly.
Like I want to go back to.
And I'm not
Dungeons
lying when I
Eternity.
said I stopped playing that, went into Sushi Ben, and I had more fun. And I recorded them
Why you
both.
got to keep bringing up Sushi Ben?
Well,
I'm going to hate
because I
Sushi
had
Ben.
so much more fun.
I'm
He
going to
can like it. You
It
can
was the
hate
art
it.
style. The
It's
art style in that game is
okay.
freaking awesome.
Not okay,
It
D.
is
It
so
is
smart.
okay.
Conformity, D.
Let's get to
Conform me.
this list so we can argue because I
Oh my
feel
God.
All
like
right,
arguing.
it is
all day.
10:25. Let's get to this amazing
Do it.
list. All right, so some backstory for everybody. We Upload VR comes out with their top 25 list of whatever system, all systems, PC only, PlayStation only, and then Quest only. They just did their fall edition because they do it a couple times a year. They just did their fall edition of their top 25 Quest games of all time. And I usually always have some major problems with their list. Now, this year, I looked at it, and while I did have problems, I did not have as many problems as normal. I thought it was a better list than they've had in the past, but I still think there's some huge misses. Let me just recap their list very quickly. They have at number 25, they have Tentacular. They have 11 Table Tennis at 24. They have Ultra Wings at 23. Moss Book 1 and 2 at 22. Green Hell at 21. Red Matter 2 at 20. Ghost Signal at 19. Hellsweeper at 18. What the Bat at 17. What the Bat? You gotta be kidding. Cubism at 16. Population 1 at 15. Among Us VR at 14. A Fisherman's Tale at 13. Number 12 is Iron Man. Number 11 is Out of Hand. Number 10 is Little Cities. Number 9 is Beat Saber. Beat Saber. 8 is Walkabout Mini Golf. 7 is Resident Evil 4. 6 is Super Hot. They're living in the 2014 era still. 5 is Eye of the Temple. 4 is Pistol Whip. 3 is Unplugged because I think they work for them in some way. 2 is The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, and number 1 is Demio. There's some really good picks on this list, and there's some that kind of throw me off a little bit. And then the placement's a little bit weird. We have never gone through and done our own list. So I am very good at picking apart somebody else's list. That's kind of what I do, right? And I go through and I go, why the hell are you making these decisions? But I always caveat that and say at the end that I appreciate the upload took the time and took the chance of putting their list out there because they know that people are going to disagree with it. That's the whole idea of these lists is I like what I like and you like what you like, and we're probably not going to have the same, agreements. So just them putting a list out there, I applaud them for doing that. It doesn't mean I agree with their list, and I think their list is some of the stuff on here is batshit crazy, but at least they put it out there. So I thought we should put our list out there. So I said, I'll make my top 25 list. Todd, you make yours. D, you make yours. We'll come on the show. We'll talk about them. We'll show what we picked, and then we'll try and make our definitive top 25 list out of those 3 lists. So that's the background. That's what we're going to do.
But
Virtual Strangers. Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, but again, it's not like my top 25 favorite games. These
Yeah,
are the games that we are. If someone new to VR, these are the games that we would suggest to them.
It's a
these
shopping
are
list for new people.
our personal. I want to play. This is what I want to play list. Right.
Yeah.
This is what I think I would consider the 25 best games for somebody to go out and get right now. Like I think these are the games that deserve to be played. That's what that list is. But that doesn't mean you can't have your own biases in there. Like
Right.
there are games I have on this list that may not be on your list because I think they're a better game, and I think I would like to put a new person into that. So you're still going to have some of your own preferences in there, whether you consciously agree with that or not. You're going to have them in there. It's going to be there. It's the way it is. But I will say that I enjoyed doing this list. It was harder than I thought it would be. It always is. Every time I get into these things, it's not easy. And I stayed up until 5 a.m. writing an article for XR Update that Wes from Virtual Strangers, who is the editor-in-chief of XR Update, very kindly cleaned up for me because I was a little punchy by the time I finished it. He did a very good job of cleaning it up. So if you guys want to follow along right now with us, go to, don't change this screen, this one, don't change this, stay here, but take another screen like your phone or something else and go to XR Update, and then you can see my list in XR Update, and you can look at it and you can follow along with us. So Todd, let's bring our screens on and talk about our lists. So we're going to start at 25 and Todd, D.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised.
My number 25.
Surprised that wasn't number 26.
Can everybody see this? I can make it a little bit bigger, maybe. To help. Number 25 on my list is Beat Saber. Now, I have no love for Beat Saber. I don't particularly think it's a fantastic game. I don't particularly think it's a game that I want to jump into at any time, ever. I think it's a bit of a lazy game. But I am very well aware that I am much in the minority in this case, and there are lots of people that absolutely love Beat Saber and they enjoy it. And I think this is a game that everybody should at least try, especially if this is somebody who's new to VR or somebody who, maybe has been in like a different type of like PC VR only and they want to go standalone or they haven't ever tried it. I think this is a game that you should at least get into. Like I'm not saying like I think this is a game that everybody gets into and then they quickly go away from it because I think it's shallow. I think it's shallow and they need songs to make it good. And that's the only thing they have going for them. So basically, this is what I said in the article. I said, while definitely not one of my personal favorites, there is no denying the popularity of this perennial title. While getting a little stale and outdated, it still has the draw and ease of entry to keep anyone new to VR wowed and the VR veteran entertained. So, all right, D, you go first. What is your number 25 on your list?
Among Us VR.
Among Us VR, nice. Okay,
Wow.
okay. Now I remember Among Us was on the upload list also. This
much
is
higher.
Yeah, much higher, which is weird.
Number
But
14.
I wouldn't 100% argue with it. Like I would argue with it, but I can't like argue heavily with it. Like I think there's an argument to be made that it should be on the list. Like I think I think it's it's not like, oh my god, what are you thinking? I think that's
I
20. That's
be,
at 25 too. I think that's doable.
because of the popularity of that game, not just in VR, I think it has to be on there for especially for newcomers. That's going to be something that they're familiar with.
Yeah.
Here's the
Uh,
question: Did
mhm.
it even make your list,
My personal list?
Eric?
No.
Among Us did not make my list.
Among Us didn't even pop into my head when I was making this list.
I had it in my total.
Yeah.
So when I do my list, I started with like a list of 50 or 75 that I thought were contenders, and I slowly started to pair them out. And Among Us didn't make the top like 30 or 40. I think it was close. It was like it almost made the top 30, but it didn't make it.
Mm.
Because at the end of this list, I do have like 15 or so games that I put in an honorable mention, that we'll go through as well, but it didn't even make that list. But again, I can't argue, like, I can there's an argument to be made that it deserves to be here, D. Like, I can't tell you you're out of your mind for putting it in here.
Right. You can tell me I'm out of my mind all you want.
You're out of
But
your
it's not
damn
going to
mind.
change my freaking list.
Out of your
Dude. It's
damn
still sitting
mind.
at 25.
D, all right, Todd, 25. Your camera is all over the place, dude. Just you gotta turn your motion track,
I know, but every time I put
turn
my hand up,
yeah,
it,
but
it
turn
does
your
it
turn
again.
your gestures off.
I don't know how to do that.
I
Okay,
got
I'll tell you later. I'll tell you later. Yeah, D, show him the gesture that he needs.
Oh wait, I don't have my glasses on. That don't work.
Six Tacos says D is sus. She's super sus. All right, Todd, 25. What is your 25? And don't say tentacular.
25 for me. Now my camera's all blurry. What the
Yes,
hell's
it
wrong
is.
with this
It's
thing?
been blurry with your Canadian internet, dude. Like
Yeah,
you
It's so
said.
bad right now.
Boop.
It's so bad.
You're gonna laugh, but my list is right here. I can put it up on the screen just so you don't think I'm full of shit. But number 25 was Beat Saber.
Nice. Okay. All right. So we agree.
I'm a little. That's why I said I was surprised to see it on your list in
Hey,
exactly the same spot.
Can we lock this in right now, D? Is our definitive 25 on our definitive list
2 to 3 ain't bad.
for the Q2C channel? 25 Beat Saber.
I'll
Can I ask you this?
what?
Did it make your list?
Yeah, absolutely
Okay.
it did.
Okay. So you think you have an argument that it maybe should be higher then?
Not much. I couldn't decide Synth Riders Beat Saber because
Okay. Don't give it up. I don't want to know your position yet. But
okay.
would you concede if you have it close, would you concede now that it's
25, I'll give that up.
Okay. All right. So we have our first number. 25 is Beat Saber.
Perfect.
I really, this one took me a while, guys. Like I didn't immediately have this on the list. Like it was like I had a debate with myself over and over and over again, and it was on my list and then off my list. And I'm like trying to do this to where I don't feel like too much of my bias comes in. But yeah, it was close. Like I didn't want it to be on there at a couple of different points. All right, 24, and I put these right together, but I very well could have put Synth Riders higher. But I think Synth Riders is a much better game. I definitely think it's better than Beat Saber. I think it's a more entertaining experience. I think it's deeper. I think it has more available to it. I think it gives you more movement feeling. It actually makes you feel like you're actually dancing instead of just waving your arms like an idiot. I mean, I think, and I like the music better. I like the experiences, D. Doing some of those trippy experiences where Beat Saber doesn't have anything like that. Some of the experiences are the best things about Synth Riders. And they already have a mixed reality update. Now, I didn't take a lot of mixed reality stuff into account here. I didn't give it more points because it had mixed reality. But just the fact that they already have it and Beat Saber still doesn't, I mean, come on.
Beat Saber can't even figure out multiplayer, for God's sakes. So
yeah, I think it's really good. I like Synth Riders a lot. I really, it deserves to be on my list. It was always going to be on my list. It was just where it was going to be on my list. And my debate was where. Like I had it in my top 15 at one point, and then as I started kind of adding more games in, I thought deserved to be higher. It kind of dropped down, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to put the two rhythm games together, and then that's where I'm going to be.
what about you, D? What was your number 24?
My number 24 was Puzzling Places.
Interesting. That
Good
wasn't
game.
Yeah.
that never entered my brain either. No, not even
And again, I'm
in a
thinking
list. A
I'm
great game for
thinking
people that are new,
new
like a shopping list for new
right,
VR players, right? That's
right.
for sure. Interesting. Interesting.
So D, what brings you to that? Like you're over, say another, like that's
I mean, Shores of I do also
Lo-fi?
like Loci was pretty freaking cool too, but puzzling places with the amount of puzzles and the work that they've continuously done with their puzzle packs and stuff like that, it for me
Hmm.
it's definitely on there.
Yeah, I can see it. I mean, it's not one of my favorite puzzles. I do like Shores of Loci way better. I think it
Right.
feels flat to me, the puzzling places. But the sheer number of puzzles is cool.
Right.
I like the 3D-ness and of Shores of Loci more.
Right.
Mhm.
But
I like the realness, the the
mm.
authenticity, if you will, of the scenes in puzzling places.
Is Mr. Lord Beavis playing with us?
I don't know. I think he's drunk.
He says I effing love Ghostbusters. I can't wait to see what else they bring to this game. Again, I could be completely wrong. Maybe he's got
Maybe.
hours into this game and he's
That
loving it.
could
That's
be.
very
Maybe.
He
possible.
hit that sweet spot in the game, dude.
Maybe he
How
got that
long have you played it?
he got to that 2 hours in and is like, man, this is fantastic.
Yeah, I can't return it. I might as well love it. Yeah.
See, that's a problem. I don't want to play a game 2 hours just to get to the good stuff. Feed me a little bit morsels up until that point to keep me hooked, but I don't want to play it for 2 hours. No.
Agreed. Todd, you're 24.
Number 24 was Elven Table Tennis for me.
Oh.
11 table
11
tennis. That's
table tennis,
very
yeah.
nice. That was very nice. That was on the it was on the upload list too, and I was like, I
was, yeah.
applauded Upload for putting it on the list.
It's on my second list.
It did not make my top 25. It was in my list of like the top 50 or so, and I did not make it into 25. That's another one I really fought with. Like, and I applauded. Like, I was like, man, I'm in on Upload putting this on the list.
It's an OG game. It's flushed. It's easy to
Agreed.
get in. There's no motion sickness. Perfect. The mixed reality mode now, you can just do it in your living room and not have to worry about punching your wife. The game's got a lot going for it. So
Article says Elven Table Tennis is some special Canadian version of table tennis.
that's the Canadian version. Did I say Elven at the
I think
beginning?
you did. But I wasn't going to say anything. Thank you,
You
Article.
said 11 really
Sorry,
quick.
Paul.
Yeah, that's all. You just said it very quickly.
Yeah, there you go.
Mr. Lord Beavis says, to me, it was a good game from the start of that creeping feeling going through the intro, and then it showed how to play the game. The big giant windows showing you what to do was kind of annoying. Yeah, that was terrible. Like that was like, to me, that was one of the biggest problems. Like if you can't put those windows in front of you while you're playing, man, and that's like,
and not
how
have
do
a
you
way to
do
turn
that?
it off.
Like, how do you do that as in dreams? Like again, I don't like, and that's like something easy to fix. Put a button. They have other menus that have button presses where you can
Just pull
button
the
press
trigger
it
so
till it goes away.
I can
Why don't
read
they
really
just do that?
fast. I don't need to sit and stare at this thing.
So bad.
Don't get me going back on Ghostbusters. Oh my god.
All right, Elven Table Tennis, number 24 for Todd. Number 23 for me, and this is one of those that, I kind of put it on here. Again, I know that maybe not everybody would agree with this, and it's not a title that you would go, "Oh my god, it just should be 20, it should be on the top 25." It absolutely, I believe, should be on the top 25. I think this is one of the best games out there. I think there's a lot to this game. The developer keeps updating it. The loop that is here is fantastic. It looks beautiful. The customization of this, I love this game. Every time I go in, it's something different. Like no run is the same because I never get the same weapons. I always build things differently. So everything is different for me. So
23
this
is your Mother Gunship Forge, hey?
23 is Mother Gunship.
I would have expected that to be higher for you.
Me too.
I really thought I was going to. But I mean, literally just
For
putting
a
it on the
game you
top 25.
constantly play.
But putting it on the top 25 is not, it's not. But again, this is not me, right? This isn't
Right.
Eric's list. If it was Eric's list, it would probably be way higher. But this is
Right.
just a list of what I think. And to me, I want people to play this game, and I think people should play this game. But I just thought there was other games on this list above it that probably need to go higher because of where they are, what they do. So definitely deserves to be on there.
Interesting.
D, you're
what's your number
23.
23. Little Cities.
Nice.
Good one.
It is a good one. And again,
Wow.
that
These
one was
lists
on
are
the
gonna
up.
be so different.
That was on the upload as well. That was on the upload showcase as well. I like Little Cities a lot. I like it. I do like it better than City Skylines because I think it's more approachable and
Right.
it's less time consuming. You can get in there and just have fun and get out, and it's not as like penalizing, and it's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't totally disagree with it being on there. Todd, you're 23.
23 on my list. This is gonna surprise the hell out of you, I think. But again, this is a shopping list for people
make
that are
me
new to
yell at you.
VR. Number 23 on my list is Job Simulator.
Uh-oh.
Is it
Bash
gone?
isn't happy with your answer.
Dude.
It's an OG game. It's not older than Elven Table Tennis.
Elven? All right.
He's saying Elven now.
Look, so I get putting older games on here. Like some of them I guess deserve to be on here, but I mean eventually you have to let them go, right? Like to me, a game
Well,
like
Super Hot's not on my list if that's what you're getting at.
but a game like Arizona Sun, this is where I was like had an issue with bringing in older games. Like there's a lot of older games that were good, but are they still good today? And here's the question.
Job Simulator holds up.
I don't know, but against
For the
25
audience
games,
that's 14 and under or 15 and under, it holds up today. I'll fight you on that.
let me ask you this. Again, Arizona Sunshine, one of the best zombie games out there. The DLC with it's been amazing. It's probably been one of the top selling games of all time in VR. But it's not on anybody's list anymore because it's so outdated and old. And sometimes you have to say goodbye to these older games.
Sure, I agree.
And Job Simulator is a classic for me, and it would make like a classic list. But a list of games that are of today.
Game On Expo in August of 2023, Job Simulator was full of VR players every minute. There was constantly kids playing that game.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that.
That means that they want to. Of course, these kids are brand new to VR and they were in love with it.
But
again, that's just like the argument with me and Among Us
These kids
VR. It's a known title.
Yeah.
It's gonna bring them in.
All their favorite YouTubers play this
They'll be
game,
familiar
still
with
play this game.
Again, I'm not saying this is a bad game. I'm saying that you had to leave something else off this list that was really good to put this on here. I want to know what you left off. Like, I want to know what you left off to put Job Sim on here.
I didn't.
So we'll find that out because we'll see what you don't have on here as we go.
Yeah. Oh, there's gonna be a lot.
Yeah, that's I'm getting pissed off already. All right. All right. This is another probably shocker for me, but 22, not a game that I, particularly jump to because I want to go in and play it all the time, but it is a super popular game. It is a game that kind of shows you, super good physics. You can mod it actually now in the Quest as well as the PC, but Blade and Sorcery Nomad is a pretty damn amazing game for what it does. Even though it doesn't have a story, it doesn't have exactly everything I want. I think it kind of deserves to be on here. It's one of the best hack and slash, open world sandbox games you can find. 23 or 22, Blade and Sorcery. You guys disagree? Hate it? Love it?
Never played it? Sure.
It made my list. It actually made my list a little higher than you. So.
Oh, okay. All right. D, how about you? 22.
Top 1.
Very good. I mean, you can't. There's no way you're arguing top 1.
Come on.
Even when it wasn't free, like
Right.
I get now that it's older and it had to go free to play to kind of compete and keep things current, which I was pretty smart with. Or I thought that was a pretty smart move. But I think it has to be on. If it's not on your top 25, again, I want to know what you put on there to keep it off. But I think it deserves to be on pretty much everybody's list. It is on my list. I'll say that. All right, Todd, you're 22.
This one's probably going to piss you off too.
Oh no, God. Please don't do this to me. Why? Did you just make your list to piss me off?
It's how I play Demio and it's how I make lists.
Oh.
Number 22 for me is Rec Room.
I'm not 100% pissed off. I had it in my top
99.
I had it real close. Like I had it on my list. When I made my top 25, it was on my list, and I'm like,
there's shit in there for all ages.
I had VR chat on there too, and I
had VR chat in mind, but I took that off.
I ended up taking VR chat off because I don't think VR chat is particularly a game per se. Like and Rec Room is a game, but it's a compilation of many games. I ended up keeping it out of my top 25, Todd, but I don't disagree with you here. I there is a case to be made that it should be here. In the end, I couldn't keep some of the other games I think were better off of my list, but I agree that it has an argument. I don't hate that one.
Well, that's good. That's surprising. I don't care if you hate it or not.
This is going to be so much fun. All right, my 21 is a game that I didn't know was going to make it in the beginning. I was back and forth with this one for a long time, and I hemmed and hawed, and eventually I put it in. It does have shortcomings. Zenith is a good game. It does have shortcomings, and I think they're trying to address some of them. In the end, to me, though, the reason it makes the list, there is no other MMO out there for VR that's any better, and it does
You
MMO
put Orbis
good.
on your list?
No, Orbis is not good. Yeah, no way. God, I did Orbis for a while. It was terrible.
So did I. Long time.
Want to buy a dragon? But I mean, come on. I mean, I look. Zenith has problems, and I hope they end up fixing these problems. It may be too little, too late now, but Elysia doesn't look any better to me, and I don't know of any other MMO that's really on the horizon that's like going to be great. So to me, if you're looking for an MMO, if you're new in the VR and you're like, hey, can I play something like, give me an MMO in VR? What am I going to play? Go play Zenith. I think there's still a lot there. You can go in and have fun with friends. I think it made my list. I didn't. I almost felt dirty about putting it on my list, but I put it on my list. D21.
Cosmo Dread.
Excellent choice. It was so close for me. Excellent choice, D. I applaud you.
Game. That's a really good game.
I haven't played it.
What?
But
Ever?
You got to play it. I don't know.
It's just,
You
know how
scary.
reluctant I am to the scary stuff.
Damn right.
Spider
It's
games?
I
scary.
can't even talk straight just talking about scary stuff. Okay.
That's true.
So
It's scary.
yeah, no, but maybe someday.
Yeah, it's downright scary. I can see why you'd be like, but I applaud you for putting it on the list. I was so close. I wanted it on my list, and yeah, I mean, I'll keep my list of runner ups for later. But yeah, I mean, it was that close. I wanted to. Todd, 21.
21 for me is another scary game. It was Lies Beneath.
Excellent choice. Excellent choice.
Oh, yeah, I got his approval.
You
To
see
be
how he
honest-
gets when you give an answer that he likes?
I know, right?
To be honest, well, because I agree that I think it's a really good game. Like to me, like some of the other choices here were a little, and a Rec Room I thought was
Were a
good. Job
little,
Sim, I can't look. I can't like completely diss Job Sim. I guess it's got its nuances. To me, I just think it's too old to be on the list. But I like this pick. Like I think it's good. Like I know I had it on my
That's a
list.
horror game that everyone should play.
Put it this way, I know I had it on my list. I don't remember if I took it out or not. So I can't tell.
I
I
didn't
don't remember.
so I didn't want to see it. So
Now I don't remember. But I can tell you this: if it's not on my list, it's definitely in my runner up. All right, excellent game. Everybody should go play Lies Beneath. It's still one of the best horror games out there.
Scary.
All right, my 20.
Go watch my review. Wow, I did not think this would make your list.
This is AAA VR.
I didn't
And
even freaking think it. Hold on, I might have to change my list.
when you're going through these lists and you're thinking about games, you have to think about every game. This game is phenomenal. And if I would tell you that there is a AAA franchise like Sniper Elite in VR, I guarantee there's probably, if they're new people, even if they're not, 70% of people don't know it or they forgot it's here. This is a great game that's got a ton of length.
Oh,
This is a 20-hour plus game.
I still haven't finished this game, but
I haven't either. It's so hard.
Dude,
I have.
I'm
It's
I'm
awesome.
like that close.
the X-ray freaking shots
It's
alone
so good.
are worth
Oh.
the price of
The
this
X-ray
game,
ball
dude.
shot is one of my favorite
Dude,
things in VR.
Right?
I-
I just constantly nutbagging
I
people.
never even thought of that, but once you guys said, "Oh, shoot him in the nuts," what did I
Every
do?
time.
The very next thing I went into that
So
game,
much fun.
fucking nut shot.
Here's what I said. So, like at the end for the
Horrible.
article, at the end of every
Oh.
game, I gave a synopsis of the game, and at the end of every game, I gave a little bit of like my personal like thought about the game. And I said, I really don't understand how this does not make more top 25 lists. This is a perfectly created AAA franchise in VR with hours of gameplay and high production value. This game is the real deal and should be talked about more. I just don't know why it's not. Maybe because it is a hard game. It's not easy.
No, it's definitely hard. The
but
story is fantastic.
Oh,
The
it's so
narration
good.
is amazing. This was one of the first games I ever finished. And
The
I couldn't
visuals
stop
are
playing it.
fantastic for standalone. The visuals are amazing. They look great, and
Yeah.
they patched it a couple times even since launch, so it's actually even better. I mean,
It's
we're
definitely
always
on my
talking about
list.
AAA. We're
It
always
is
talking
way
about
higher.
AAA and VR. Was it? I was like, oh my,
Yeah.
because I was like, man, I wonder. I hope he'll remember it because nobody talks about this game
Oh, I
anymore.
love this game. Are you kidding me?
D20.
Dude, I'm still stuck on I should have put this on my list.
It's so good.
I'm thinking, what could I swap out? But I really
What could I take
don't want
out?
to
Yeah,
swap
it
out.
makes it
You could
hard.
take
Huh?
out. What did you have?
Don't even tell me.
You could take
Puzzling
out Puzzling Places.
Just kidding.
Beat Saber. Drop Beat Saber.
No,
Emotional damage.
I will absolutely not drop my selection at 20 of Beat Saber and / Synth Riders.
Okay.
All right.
So
Beat Saber. Oh, you did a
Because I
combo?
couldn't decide,
Oh, I don't know if you can do that.
I did it because it's my list.
That's against the rules.
I don't give a shit.
There was no rules.
You can't do
It's a
two games.
music
They're
game.
two separate games in one spot. You
It's a
can't do
music
that.
game, dude.
Well,
so
shit,
I
I
couldn't
could
decide.
I could have put 10 shooters in one spot.
One is 20.5 and the other is 20.
Right.
So Beat Saber.
Air Force One says, great chat, great podcast, great show, but I will leave you a message. The Ghostbusters movies pretty much sucks, entertaining, and I have to assume that the VR game is going to be about the same. I said, thank you so much for the live cast. You guys are absolutely awesome and totally appreciate your opinion. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. And
That's awesome.
yeah, we'll be here for a little bit. So if you want to stop back. All right, guys. So Beat Saber, Synth Riders, I'll let you have it. I hope there better not be too many more of these. These double games in one spot. All right, Todd, 20.
You're not gonna like this location on my list. But to me, number 20 was Ghost of Tabor.
I'm just glad it's on your list. Because
That's
you actually haven't played a ton of Ghost of Tabor. So
Now maybe only like 40 hours or something compared
Yeah,
to
right.
everyone else.
I was gonna say comparatively, that sounds like a lot, but
It
comparatively,
sounds like a lot, but it's not a lot.
Yeah. So I'm glad it's on your list. I do think it probably should be higher, but I'm glad it's on your list. I'm glad it's on here. This is an App Lab game, and that's it is on my list, and that's what I wrote in the synopsis. This is the only App Lab game that made my list. You know what I mean? And for an App Lab
Yeah,
game
me
to
too, I
make
think.
a top 25 list is kind of telling that it shouldn't be an App Lab number one. It's
Right.
one of the best sellers. So yeah, I'm there. Ghost of Tabor, I like it. Higher, but I like it. Yeah. All right. My number 19 is Real VR Fishing. I missed the boat on this game. Again, in my synopsis here, I wrote, I slept on this game for a while and I didn't give it its proper due until recently. It's one of the best experiences you can have in VR with friends and one that's not to be missed. I played very early on Real VR Fishing by myself, got in there. I'm like, wow, this is beautiful. And it's not for me. It was boring. I was like, okay. I'm like, okay, let me get out of here. I never went back to it until recently, maybe like, I don't know, a couple of months ago. I went in with Dee and Betty and, Skiva and, several other people, spent some, my own time in there by myself again, fishing and trying to like catch different fish. And so I could get different equipment. And I just had a blast in here and it's really good. So to me, I think this is a game that should be played. The visuals and the amount of stuff that's here in this game, I think deserves to be on the list. And I just think it's probably one of the best things you can do with friends in this game. Now, fishing's not for everybody, but I think there's enough here for everybody. Real VR Fishing, 19. D, 19.
Definitely not VR Fishing. It's a little bit higher on my list. But I just absolutely freaking love that game, dude. It's such a chill game. But 19, dude, it's so good.
It is good.
But number 19 for me it's another multi-answer. It's the
no,
dude, the Forever series, like bowling and darts and stuff.
I'll give
like
you that one. At least it's the same game.
Right.
I'll give you that one.
All right, I'll give you that one. Okay.
Because they're all good.
They are good.
I'm torn on that one myself.
I'm not torn. I don't agree with it, but I think I'm not
It's
like
not a
I'm
bad
not,
game. I
I'm
think
not
it would have
mad at
been
it in
bumped
any
off my
way.
list. But
It's the better of bowling games. I haven't
Mhm.
tried the darts. The pool is pretty cool.
Yeah. To me, it's not like when you're doing your top 25 list, and this is why we say it's so hard. I'm not saying it's a bad game or any of those games are bad games. It's just that to put it on the list, you have to take something else off. And I just need to know like what great game did we take off to put that one on there? And to me, that's what it is. It's not about like, is this a good game? It's like is it one of the best games? And that's where the debate is, and that's what we'll have to see. Todd, you're 19?
my 19 is a game that you have already picked, and it's Blade and Sorcery.
Nice. Okay. So we're close.
Yeah, we were only a couple off there.
Let me see. Can we lock one in? Do you guys want to lock Blade and Sorcery in at 22? Would you concede going back a couple of spots? D, do you have Blade and
I
Sorcery on your list at all? Would you
No,
be so you
Put it
haven't
where you
played it?
want it.
Would you? I was gonna say, would you be like upset if we put it on the list? Or do you
No,
want to fight? Do you want to fight for something
no,
else?
because I
Okay.
know of that game,
Mhm.
so it just never, occurred to me.
All right.
But
Cool.
no,
So
you're
let's
fine.
let's lock it in at 22, Todd. I like it there. I like Blade and Sorcery at 22. You were pretty close at 19. D is not, she's okay either way. So I think that's a good spot. Look at all right, we got two. There. We're moving.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
So we ain't playing any Dungeons of
Yeah,
Eternity
no, we're gonna
after
go.
this.
It's only 10:58. We got time. We got time. We're gonna go
Dude,
a little
I
bit
gotta
faster.
be up in like
We're gonna go a little faster.
it's my
All right,
Yeah,
birthday.
we
D.
got to go fast.
Look,
But don't read the whole
look,
damn
look,
article.
look what's on the list.
Oh yeah,
Number
In Death
18.
Unchained at
it's higher
18.
up for me.
This one, I cannot believe that Upload didn't have this on their list. Again, Upload's list
Upload.
most of it was pretty good, but what boggles my mind is they put some games on there that they had to take other games off for. And this is a game that they had to put by the wayside. And how do you take this great game and not have it on the list to make sure you have Tentacular on there or Unplugged or What the Bat or some of the other games that they had on there? I mean, that's crazy. This is a great game at 18D.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
It's a
I'm gonna-
great game, but it needs to be higher than 18.
Oh yeah,
It has
definitely,
so
it's
much
definitely higher
content.
for
The
me.
community is enormous. They do so many things with competitions and content upgrades.
They've
That
been a little
game
quiet
is,
for a while.
well, it's also 2 years old.
No, I know. And that's a lot. And that's what I say here. It's getting old, but it's still the best archery game in VR.
It's the best. Definitely the best.
It's way
bow
higher on my list.
mechanics. Yeah, definitely for me too.
Yeah.
Um,
In the article I stated, I'm not sure how much longer it will be able to hold its spot on this list, but it deserves this spot today for me.
Yeah, for me, 18, Pistol Whip.
Good choice. Very good choice. It's on my list. I don't remember where, but it's on my list. This is another one where I'm like, I think it has to be on the list. I think what they put into this game, what they make it, I think it absolutely deserves to be on here. Yeah, I like it. Todd?
Zenith is my number 18.
Nice. Okay. D, did Zenith make your list in any spot?
No,
No, you're just not a Zenith fan. All right.
no, I
Let's.
didn't know.
I don't want to. I don't want to force you to put another one on there again. So we'll hold on discussing Zenith. But I think we have two for Zenith that are again very close. So I think we'll talk about it as we go.
Yeah.
We'll discuss it. We'll
Yeah.
discuss it. All right. My 17. Iron Man VR. This is the only Marvel game in VR, the only good one anyway, and this is the only one to me that it's the only real like licensed superhero game. Like, I mean, there's other superhero type games, but they're not like licensed superhero games. And this
Yeah.
one's pretty damn amazing. Now there's like Batman Arkham Asylum, and there's a couple of things out there on PC, but their experience is quick. This is a full blown cinematic game. The controls are amazing. The visuals are
This
great.
is what Ghostbusters should have been.
Yes. This is a license done right. Like they took the
Yeah.
IP and they made a great freaking game. You know, I don't know. This one should be talked about more too. Like I'm not sure why.
It didn't make my list at all.
Wow.
It did at one point, but it got bumped.
Wow. Okay.
Not even
Yeah.
a blip on my radar.
Really? Have
Really?
you tried it, D?
Nope.
You
Yeah,
should
maybe that's
try
why.
it. It's really good. It was good on PlayStation VR 1. And I'm like, well, that's pretty good here. It had some issues with like loading times and things like that they did help and make better. But when they went to the Quest, all that stuff was going. No loading issues. Everything ran great. The controls are spot on. I think it's one of the best games out there. It's a full blown cinematic experience too. It tells a great story, a standalone story of Iron Man. You know what I mean? So you feel like your Iron Man throughout the whole thing, which is cool. All right. D 17.
Green Hell.
Good choice. Can't argue. I think it's a great game. I think it's a full blown deep game that you don't get many on the Quest. I think it's great.
Not my type of game, that kind of survival like that. Would I try it for a little bit? Sure, eventually. But
And Green
can't
Hell
deny
got
its
bumped off my
popularity,
list.
dude.
Interesting.
Green Hell was not on your list. Is that what you said?
It got bumped. Yeah.
It got bumped. Wow.
It was on
okay.
my list for a long time, and then I kept bumping it down, and then I ended up. It's in my junk list pile of extras list.
I got you.
Surprising.
Okay. What's
I was
your
surprised.
Yeah, me too. Because you loved Green Hell.
I did. Yeah.
You're 17.
Is Warplanes.
Good choice. That close. It almost made it.
Yeah, it's an
Almost made
amazing
it.
game. The best flight sim on the headset. Obviously, there's better flight sims in VR, but to get one native on the headset.
Wait, which warplanes? Because there's 2.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I just use Warplanes.
I would just give you Warplanes.
There's 3
That's fine.
actually.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll give you Warplanes. That's fine. You can be any one of them or all of them.
Battles over Pacific's probably the best one. I think the second one.
Yeah.
But.
Agreed. I think it's really good. It was very close for my list. Like I actually don't remember if I have it on there or not. But I remember at one point I had 3 because how I built my list was I didn't rank them. I just I made a list of 25 that I thought,
and then I started shuffling them around.
And then I shuffled them around.
That's how I did it.
So I had 3 spots left, and I had my list of 10 alternates or whatever. And Warplanes was there, and I was trying to figure out whether it was going to get into one of those last 3 spots. Honestly, I don't remember if it made it in, but it was definitely up for debate. 16 for me, Green Hell.
Oh, there you go.
So that I really thought because of Todd, I thought he would have it on his list, and D had it right there. I really thought there was a good chance that we could lock one in. I thought there was a chance that we could lock another one in here because I thought we could actually get Green Hell on here. This is a full-blown game. Like if you're looking for depth, you know what I mean? In a world of shallow, mobile, standalone games, this is a game that has a lot to it. I mean, the visuals are good. The map is really big. The story is great. The depth is great. I mean, there's progression, there's building, there's survival. I mean, there's amazing stuff in here.
It gets some bad press because the PlayStation launch was so bad.
Yeah, no, the Quest version was better than that. Like the Quest version launched really well. I think Green Hell in general gets a bad rap because of that. Yeah. Okay, so that's mine. 16.
16. It's another one I had trouble freaking deciding on. So, Vader Immortal or Star Wars: Tales from the Galaxy's Edge.
Very interesting.
Because it's Star Wars, dude. Those dojos and freaking Vader Immortal were freaking some of the best shit stuff.
If Vader Immortal was in mixed reality, I would probably vote for it on the list.
Can you imagine Darth Vader standing in your office and you? Oh my god, I would have a heart attack if that happened.
If you could do Vader and have the dojo be in your own living room, and
oh my god, that'd be so cool.
That'd be sick. So did you do another combo? You comboed Vader Immortal.
I couldn't decide. I couldn't decide which one.
You got to make a decision. You got to make a decision right now.
If I got to make a decision right now, I'm going to go with the one that I've played, and that's going to be Vader Immortal.
Okay, there's your call.
But I've heard wonderful things about the other one too, which I have not touched ever.
I will say it did not make my list. Vader did not, for sure.
Right.
Star Wars: Tales from the Galaxy's Edge was very close. It was not. It's an alternate, but it did not end up making the final list for me. It was
it's not on my list, and I'm surprised I didn't put it on the list.
It's
Vader or Tales?
Tales, not Vader.
Yeah.
No, according to my nerd card contract, I had to put it on.
If it was the PlayStation VR 2 version of Tales, I would absolutely have it in there. But the Quest version is just not as good for me, and that's what I think. That's what ended up taking.
Maybe why I didn't even think about it for a Quest. It's because it's just, to me, it's a PlayStation title.
I have it on my list. In my at the end of this, you'll see my alternates. I'm pretty sure it's there. Okay. All right. Damn. I thought we were going to be able to get Green Hell in there, guys, and have another one on the list, but we're going to have to keep debating. 15. This is where I have Pistol
How about
Whip.
we do my number 16 first?
Oh, shit, Todd. I'm sorry.
Just breeze over Todd.
Oh, there it is. Sniper Elite. Okay.
Sniper Elite made number 16 for me. Yeah.
D, you love Sniper Elite, right?
I know it. I'm beating myself up because I didn't even.
All right.
put
Would
it
you
on
agree
there.
that we can agree that the three of us love this game and we all agree that it should be on this list?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can we make an agreement? So where do I have it again, Todd? I have it at
You have it up here.
I have it at 20. You
think
have it
that's
at
too high.
16. I don't know if I'm willing to put it at 16. That's the
Well, you
problem.
can't always get what you want.
Yeah, I'm not saying
Can't
we should put it at 20, but
But
can we agree at like 18? Sniper? And we kind of meet in the middle? I have it at 20, you have it at 16, we go to 18. D, are you okay? Are you okay, period? But are you okay with Sniper? Because I think you're trying to get it on your list now anyway, right? Because I'm trying to talk you away coffee. All right. I know you're trying to get it on your list. Yeah.
but
Right. So you're okay
fine.
with it there. He's gonna die.
Dude.
All right. So, all right. I like it. We have another one. We have another one locked in. 15, Pistol Whip. D, I'm with you. Pistol Whip is fantastic. It deserves to be on this list. I thought it maybe deserved a little bit higher just because of all the things they put in this. I think Cloudhead has done enough over the years to keep this thing active. They've made these campaigns that are amazing. Smoke and Thunder is still one of my favorite things.
The best one.
The 2089 is still great. I absolutely love that one. I haven't done this new Elixir of Madness update that they did.
Neither have I.
But I want to do it. Like like this is just one of those games you can just jump into and play. And like I know Todd, you love it. You really get into this game.
Can I say that was one of my favorite videos to stamp? Was Todd doing that playthrough of Pistol Whip because he's just
Smoke and Thunder
on the mark, dude. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't think I missed a shot.
that
the
was
whole round.
yeah, that was the video that made me scared of you, Todd.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite games.
D, where do you have Pistol Whip? Where did you have it
Mine
again?
was at 18 for me.
All right, you were at 18. I'm at 15. Todd, is it on your list?
It's not on my list.
Holy shit, dude! Really, you love Pistol
I only
Whip?
put one rhythm game on, and it wasn't Pistol Whip.
It was Beat Saber.
It was not Beat Saber.
You didn't make Beat Saber on your list?
Oh no, Beat Saber. Sorry, yeah, Beat Saber's number 25.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought
No,
you did. Okay.
there's two. There's two there.
Okay.
I
All right. So Pistol Whip is on your list. So we cannot lock this in here. All right, D, what was your 15?
Didn't make my list.
My 15 was Mother Gunship Forge.
Damn right it is.
15.
Love it.
Yep.
I love it. All right, we have 2 from Mother Gunship. Todd, you've never played it, so I guarantee it's not on your list.
It's definitely not on my list.
So we can't lock it in, even though B and D have it here. So we'll just have to move on. But I just want to say, D, I love you.
Dude,
Way to go. Way to get this on there.
Come on.
That's awesome. Mother Gunship Forge, again, is one of the best games out there. If you haven't played this, go play it. Todd, 15 for you.
Number 15 for me is Contractors. Hours of entertainment. The modding community is enormous. Even the development community is fantastic with that game. Like hours and hours of entertainment. Easy game to pick up.
I can't disagree. It's a really good game.
Did it even make your list?
It did. And then
higher than that.
It did, and then I forgot a game.
Oh, you punted it.
And I had to boot it to get it off of there.
Oh.
And I'll talk about that later. And it would hurt me to take Contractors off because I had it really high too.
Good.
But then after I took it off and put this
and
other one on,
it got bumped down and bumped. I kept
and
getting
then
bumped
that's
down.
what happened.
It's got to be top 15. I can't make it go any lower than that.
That's what happened to me. I after I moved it out of the spot it was in to put this other game, I started bumping it down, and then I kept bumping it down, and I kept bumping it down, and then all of a sudden I'm like, I got to get this other game on here, and it came off completely. So it is not on my list. I'm kicking myself.
I'm disappointed.
These are one of the things. This is the list where people are going to go, "Why is Contractors not on your list, Max? You're a dumbass." Which
There's another podcast that's going to be shitting all over the.
I get it. But I mean, like, to me, like, I'm not sure what I can take off. Like, I'm not taking Mother Gunship off. I'm just not. And do I take Beat Saber off? I almost took Beat Saber off for Contractors, but then I'm going to get people going, "Well, why'd you take Beat Saber off?" You know what I mean? So there's always going to be a game that is left off. I mean, when you when you have to pick 25, I mean, it's hundreds of games and there's hundreds of good games. So, yeah. So Contractors didn't make it, but it hurt me when it didn't make it. All right. So we all have our 15. Nothing there that we can get in on.
Nothing.
All right, guys. I have a new game, and I
Oh,
know people are going to be like pissed off because I put a new game on here, but I don't. I don't effing care. I don't care, and that's what I said in my thing here. I said I might know. I said I know I might take some
Oh.
heat here for adding such a new game to the top 25 list, but I simply don't care. A good game is a good game, and it doesn't matter how long it's been out. The plain truth of the matter is, this is one of the best experiences
Wait
you'll
a
have on the
second.
MetaQuest headset, and it
Say that
deserves
line
to be
one
on
more
the list.
time. Get back up, back up, back up.
What?
oh, goodness.
What did you just say?
I said it doesn't matter how long it's been out.
And yet the game's like
Job Simulator.
Job Simulator has
No,
been
no,
out too long, so you
no,
do
no,
care
no,
how
no.
long they've been out.
No, I meant like how long it's been out, like new.
That's
like
not
like
what
I
that
didn't put enough
says.
time into the game. Okay, well maybe I should adjust the way I said it. I should say I don't. It doesn't matter to me how if the game has only been out for a short period of time. The amount of fun and
That might
enjoyment in
be
this
better.
game is way better.
Get 'em,
There's
Todd.
difference
you
between.
just shit on me for
No,
a
no,
game.
no, no.
about
You're
time that it
taking
was out.
you're taking it completely different between an old, outdated game that is way older
That's not what that
and beyond
says.
its time.
But
It
can't you
does.
take that as recency bias too? That you're, you
For
know, you
sure.
mentioned.
No, because again, and I thought about that, and I know that's why people are going to get pissed off, but I don't care because this is a good game. It's a good game, and
I haven't even tried it yet, so there's no way
and
it's
it
on my list.
deserves like everything that you're talking about. Ghostbusters, what it's not is exactly what Seventh Guest is. It's a great game. It's one of the best puzzlers you'll find. It's got a great story. I love the way they tell it. The visuals are fantastic on the Quest 2. I think or Quest 3. I think it's amazing. This is a really good game, and I don't care that's new. Like, to me, you're gonna have fun in this game. It's one of the best games you'll play, hands down. And I'm not taking it off my list.
I'm definitely looking forward to trying it, but
Yeah.
can't be
I
on
can't
my
believe
list.
you haven't
It's too
tried
new.
it.
Haven't tried it.
It's crazy.
I can't believe he hasn't tried Mother Gunship Forge. So are you
Oh
shocked
God!
by this one? Come
I
on,
can't even take
man.
I can't even take his list seriously now. D. He hasn't tried Mother Gunship Forge. He's fighting for Job Simulator for the game that's been out for 30
game.
years.
Yeah,
It's
32
okay.
years. It's good.
It's okay. It's outdated. It's old. We got to move on at some point. Do we
If
keep all these old
it's
games
half
on
as
just
old
because
as
they're
you are,
classics?
dude, so.
You know, I mean, Gorin's a classic too. Do we have Gorin on the list? And super
Number
hot.
2.
I mean, like, oh my God, that would kill you. That would absolutely kill you. D 14.
14 is where I have real VR fishing.
Excellent. Really good game.
Top 15 for you.
Top 15. All right. Let me ask you a question, Todd. Do you have it on your list?
Seventh Guest?
No. Real VR fishing.
Yeah.
I did, but I think it got a last minute bump. Yeah, it got bumped.
Would you concede that we get it on the list?
Definitely not here because my number 14 is a.
Yeah, no. I think we need to move
banger.
it down. 14 is going to be too high. D has to give up a little bit here that we keep it on the list. Right now, it's not even on your list. We keep it on the list, but I think we need to put it down to like 22. No, we have a 22.
We have 22.
How about
21?
21. Real VR fishing 21. We lock it in right now. We're
We're
one
losing.
game closer to completing this list. We're not losing anything yet. Like, we'll see where we are we'll have a list of things that are coming off of there, and then we'll see what we have room for at the end.
All right.
What's your 14?
To 21.
Nice.
My 14 is Light Brigade.
Excellent choice. I can't argue.
God, that's so low.
Low. Oh my God. Well, you guys are gonna hate me. I love the Light Brigade.
Is this going to be Dee's last episode? Am I quitting tonight because of
this is a great game. Like, this is such a good game. I think this is a good spot for it too, Todd.
Hurts my heart.
I like it at 14. I think it's fair at 14. I mean, it's tough to. There's a lot of good games out there. Look at me. Look at me. We're getting to rarefied air here. We're getting to all-time greats. He's like rubbing her chest. They're gonna have a heart attack.
Gonna have a heart attack.
All right. Let's go to, all right. So we can't make it. So we got a game in there, but we can't make anything else work. So let's go to 13. Okay.
I just wanted to give a Stinny421 a shout out. He says, glad to see Sniper Elite get some love. I haven't finished it yet, but there's one, but that one's great. And I believe Medal of Honor VR is super underrated too. Amazing gun handling and interactive in Medal of Honor. And Medal of Honor, to me, the gunplay was good. The narration ruined the game for me. Completely ruined the game for me. I hated it because of that.
It was on my 25.
The multiplayer was awesome. I really enjoyed the multiplayer. the campaign was just garbage. That whoever did the talking through that game just drove me fucking batty. Yeah,
Yeah, it was nuts. It was so bad.
it was so
But
bad.
they did fix a lot of that in the beginning.
And they might have
There
patched
was
it.
some
I
pacing
gave up on it
issues.
after a few
Yeah,
hours.
they fixed a lot of it. And I think it was really good. And when I was making my list, it started out in my top 25. I actually put it there and I moved it out, and it dropped off. But
Right.
it was a thought. I had it in a thought for a little while. All right, my 13. Again, it's another new game. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to apologize for new games. Like, I understand you're going to go, oh, it's recency bias. You're just loving this game right now. I don't care. The game is great. Everything is here. Everything is here to be a perennial great game. Like, we were just discussing that this could be game of the year. It has to go on my list right now. And I have it up pretty damn high at 13. This is how good I think this game is. Like, if they continue to add to this game and keep this game like, new and fresh with things that you're going to be able to do in here, this is going to be one of the all-time greats. We might be talking about this game for a long, long time. I think it's that good. Fight me.
I don't.
Fight me,
I've never
Todd.
played it, so
Dare you?
I wouldn't put it on my list.
I'm only
To me,
kidding.
it doesn't
Okay.
sound like there's enough to it. It sounds extremely repetitive, but I haven't played it, so I can't really tell you.
And you're
You know, like
kept
there's no end game. There's
and
no
that's
no campaign. There's no purpose to being in the tunnel from what I'm being told. I have to play it. Right now, I completely disagree, but that's because I haven't played it. So
How dare you? All right, D 13.
everyone's favorite game and Eric's favorite to give away,
what the
the
bat?
Room
The
VR.
Room VR, nice. I like it.
Did not make my list.
Did not make mine either, but it was on there.
But it's a good game.
It was on there, and I had to take it. I bumped it. I did have to bump it, but I think it's an excellent choice. I don't disagree with you having it on there.
It
think it's
was
great.
it was one of the first games I purchased when I got the headset because I am such a fan of the PC games that as soon as I saw it, I'm like, ooh, instant buy. So
Agreed. All right, Todd, you're 13.
My 13 is a new game that I'm loving. Genotype.
Oh, that's good, right? You just argue with me about a new game.
No, I argued about what you wrote in your article.
Oh, okay, I got you. Well, it was 4:00 in the morning, okay, and maybe my wording wasn't right, but I mean, you're being nitpicky. But I think this is great. I literally had it on my top 25, and like, if I put 3 brand new games in here, people will fucking flip on
Right,
me.
they're gonna murder you.
So I'm like, I can't put it on there. I have it on my runner-up. I think it's a great game. I want to finish
This is
it.
top 15 for me. It is so much fun. I'm finishing this one for sure.
When I finish it, it very may well take over a spot in this list.
I
I
still
can
haven't
see.
tried it yet.
You need to
It's
get in there, D.
a shooting game without guns. Like it's if you think about the nuance of that,
Mm.
it is so smart that the audience that they could draw that doesn't like guns, doesn't like gunplay, but still wants that interaction, that type of gameplay. This is super smart to do this. And they did it so good. I love this game.
Yeah. Philozic says Vertigo should be on this list. I wish Vertigo
Yeah.
was a Quest game. Trust me, it would be on my list. And Vertigo
Maybe
2.
on a PSVR 2.
Maybe, yeah, maybe
Similar.
eventually we'll see it come to Quest. I don't know if Zach Brown would ever want to do that because I don't know what the game
Have to
would look
dumb it
like on
down
Quest.
so bad. Yeah, I don't
But
know.
maybe
Quest
maybe
3,
with
but-
Quest, maybe I was gonna say maybe with Quest 3, if they don't make him make a Quest 2 version at some point, we could see it. But I hope. I mean, I haven't finished it yet. I'm about to. I was actually going to jump back in as soon as it came out to PlayStation VR 2, but it's going to be delayed now. But so I might end up finishing it on PC, but we'll see. Yeah. All right, where are we here?
Number 12.
Genotype is excellent, Todd. Good choice, man. I if I didn't have these other 2 new games in here, I would have put Genotype on my list.
It had to be top 15 for me. It's a great game. Great game.
Yep. This game for me absolutely deserves to be on this list. It's one of the best multiplayer games out there. They are, this game is going to have some legs. It is a little bit limited. They did add another map just recently. I think it's excellent. It's a lot of fun. It's polished. It's got a good mix of fast pace plus tactical gameplay. So I absolutely love Breachers. Well done, man. They did a good job. They launched with relatively no problems. It's just good. 12 Breachers.
12. Elvo.
Very interesting choice.
Alvo. Interesting.
That was a tough one for me.
Yeah.
So that's a good combination.
one of my
those two
favorite
games are, similar in play style. Alvo's real. It's like the Call of Duty clone, right? Like it.
Right.
Yeah.
I definitely
yeah.
would have picked Alvo over Breachers.
Really? You would have picked Alvo over Breachers?
Mhm.
Interesting. Okay. So Breachers, I assume, did not make your list.
And
And
you're gonna laugh. Well, I don't know if you laugh, but I had Breachers in number 12,
oh wow. And
I
it
deleted
didn't
it
make the
for
whole
another
list.
game.
And then you dropped off the whole entire
I
list.
dropped off the whole list because I couldn't bump the rest of them. You know
Wow.
how much of a headache I had making this
It's
goddamn
hard,
list?
dude. It's hard. I know. All right, so we're running into some issues there now as we get closer because we're not agreeing on a lot of stuff as we go. So, all right,
Mhm.
let's move on. Number 11, or no,
How
sorry,
about
you're number 12. Sorry. Excellent choice.
Hubris?
It's a great choice.
That's what I bumped off to put this one on there.
You bumped it
Is-
completely off?
You bumped off Hubris?
No, it's no, it
Moved it
was
around.
it yes.
I got you. All right.
Yeah, Hubris is again one of those games that is extremely polished. They had some jank. I didn't like it at the beginning. I had all kinds of issues with it, and they've fixed it, patched it, done graphical updates. It looks freaking amazing on the Quest 3.
It's a great game.
It is so good, so interactive. You just get immersed and spend hours in that little world. So, yeah, top
I'm with
15
you.
for me, sure.
With you. It's good. We may have an agreement on this one at some point here of where we're going to be able to put it, I think. All right, let me go my 11.
Yeah, I knew that. I knew it'd be higher for you.
This is the one I bumped contractors for. This is where I had contractors, and unfortunately, contractors kept falling and falling and falling and falling.
Yeah.
And it fell off the list. Ghost of Tabor is one of the best games out there. It is up for Game of the Year. It deserves to be on this list as an App Lab game. And I almost thought about putting it in the top 10. I was that close, man. I'll put it in my top 10.
Well, Game of the Year, right? For
Yeah.
a lot of people, this is top 10 game. And for a lot of new people to VR, this is extremely intimidating, like a scary game to try and get into.
Can be.
This is a game for hardcore game players, I think. I wouldn't put my dad into Ghost of Tabor. He'd have a heart attack.
That's why I love it.
All right.
That's why I love it. It's tense. D,
It's
you're
tense.
11.
My 11 is Hubris.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, so we're very close here.
We're close here.
All right, what's your
10?
what's your 11?
My 11 is Walkabout.
Excellent game. I mean,
I wanted it lower on the list, but
I have it on my. We'll just say that I have it in my top 25. We know we haven't seen it yet, so we know it's higher than this.
Mm-hmm.
D, you have it in your top 25.
You
I think
put Walkabout Mini Golf ahead of Ghost of Tabor. That's surprising to me.
I did. Again, it's not about me. It's about what I think is.
Yeah, my
for the
personal
best.
list would look
Yeah,
quite
look
a
very
bit different.
We should do
Yeah,
that for next week. Personal list.
All right, I think we can decide. Let's bang Hubris in here because we got them real close. My top 10, my number 10 is Hubris. This is an amazing game. This is the one of the most stunning looking games in VR. Every time I look at it, I'm like, how the hell did they get this game into VR? And it plays great. It's a great story. It's a great sci-fi adventure. It looks beautiful. The gunplay is great. Where are we putting it, guys? Where you have it? We have it at 12, 11, and 10.
I think we stick it at 11.
I'm agreed. Good with that, D?
Sure.
Okay. I like it. 11, Hubris. Deserves there. Congratulations, Hubris. You deserved it. All right, D, you're number 10. All right, guys, we're at number 10 now. This is the top 10. This is like the creme de la creme.
Woo!
Best games you're ever going to play. This is it. 10, D.
Zombieland Headshot Fever.
Good
Excellent
game.
choice. Excellent choice. It hurts me.
What?
Make your
Oh,
list.
you had to kick it off?
I did. I
Oh.
did.
It's in my junk list.
It was like my
Extras list.
26.
Shouldn't call it.
It was like my 26. Like it was that close. If it was the
I actually
PlayStation
just
VR 2
watched the
version.
second Zombieland movie last weekend again.
Oh my God.
Oh my god. Good movies. I actually do like the movie.
It was really good.
It was close, man. It was close. I wanted it on there. If it was the PlayStation VR 2 version of it, I would have had it on there. All right, Ted, you're 10. Rarefied Air 10.
Swordsman.
Damn it. Very good choice, dude. This one fought me for a while.
Didn't make your list?
Just missed it.
Yeah,
It's
this game is so much fun. Very polished. Tons of things to do. Progression system. weapons building, and it's got everything. Now it's got range combat where you can use bow and arrows and stuff and whacking off people's heads. Like, come on, this game is so much
You know
fun.
who else likes to whack off people's heads?
My mom.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, she does. All right, good choice, Swordsman. I had it's in my alternates, man. It's the best, one of the best melee games you're gonna find in um
Yeah,
in VR,
absolutely.
period.
It's,
Okay,
it's hard to have them both on the list, Blade and Sorcery and this one, because they
it is.
are similar in
I know,
play style, I guess.
and that's why I ended up taking it off because I didn't want to have two.
Yeah, and I'm torn between should I take it off and because I have the other one on, but no, top 10.
All right, my number 9. This is an amazing game.
Oh,
This game is so good. And again, we're talking about depth in games and gameplay and games that like go on and like just have a lot to them, not quick 4-hour games, not quick 3-hour experiences that charge you $30 for. This is a full-blown game in VR. It's amazing. There's so much to do here that it's almost daunting. Like it's
Yeah.
so big that I've only probably played maybe halfway through the entire thing over 2 different like platforms because I played a ton of it on PC and then I went and played a ton of it on Quest. This is a great game.
Yeah, definitely don't fault it for being in the top 10.
Radio Run says into the radio run.
Into the radio run.
Into the radio run.
Number 90.
Our old favorite, MASH.
After the Fall?
After the Fall.
Wow.
I had to say goodbye to After the Fall.
What?
It hurt me so bad. It hurt me. It like hurt my heart.
That is disappointing. Wow.
I don't have a compunction to go back to that game anymore. And it's to me that there's enough
It's
wrong
not
with
about
it.
you.
There was enough. No, I know, but there was enough wrong with it that I don't know if I can recommend it anymore. And I don't know if anybody's playing it anymore. And this is a multiplayer game, so I don't know. That's why I kind of took it off. I'm like, am I sending anybody new in there to go play this game by themselves? And like to me, this game was great because you could play with people and it was a lot of fun. And they just pissed this game away. Like if they really worked hard on this game and they didn't have all the pitfalls that they had and problems and took care of it and then added to it, it could have been like a game that we talk about every year.
It's higher on my list, I'll tell you right now.
I still haven't jumped in. I still haven't played those new levels, those 2 new levels, you know? I want to get back in there so we can finally kick that horde mode's ass, dude, and not
I
get
know.
janked
You
out
can
of
do
it
it now. I
like that.
think you can do it.
I
Right.
think it's all fixed from
Except
what I've heard.
the from on PlayStation VR.
I don't
Is
know.
it fixed?
Maybe
don't know.
Because
not.
I
Who
have
knows?
not played through that version because when you threw a grenade, it fell at your feet.
Mhm.
Heartful says Eric put in Beat Saber and took out After the Fall. What?
I know. Again, you remember
I
it's
agree.
not.
What the
Beat Saber.
fuck?
I did not want Beat Saber on there. I wanted After the Fall on there. It's just, the game disappoints me now. It's to the point where it disappoints me, and the lack of what it became has tainted the game for me, unfortunately. Todd, your number. Oh wow, you got it way up on your list, dude.
Top 10, man. This is to me, the exercise game that everybody has to have. This is the
D,
rhythm
where did
game
you
of
have this
rhythm
again?
games.
I had mine 20.
Todd, I agree with you. I think this is the best rhythm game. Audica might be close. If Audica wasn't abandoned by the developers, Audica would be up there for me. But
Audica.
they didn't do
miss
enough.
Audica.
Yeah, I know. And it's not a quest game either, right?
I was going to say, I don't think
Yeah,
Audica's a quest game, is it?
It is.
I think if it's, I can't find it on the store. If it was, it's gone now. Maybe it is. Oh, maybe it is. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is.
You know, that
I
does
don't-
happen occasionally.
It does.
Mash
That's
VR.
right.
But I Synth Riders, I'm with you, man. I think it's great. Where did you say you had it, D? I have it at 24.
I had it at 20.
20.
All right,
That's
Tom's got it at
crazy.
9. Can we make a
And
decision
to
here?
me, this was like a internal battle between Pistol Whip because I love that game.
And you
but
dropped
to
it
me, this is-
completely.
I dropped it completely because to me, this is just so much more of an exercise game, and the list needed something like that. And
Yeah.
I don't consider Beat Saber an exercise
See, I
game. so.
can't put it at 9. It's too high at 9. I got it at 24. D's got it at 20. You got it at 9.
That's
We got to come
crazy.
to. I think we all agree it needs to be on the list. Where? You're thinking 16? Is that where you got? What you're
Let's
thinking?
see. What did I had it
You
at
had Vader
20.
at 16.
Mash had
You
it
had
at
it
what?
20.
I had it at 24.
24.
24, and you
I think it
have it
needs
at
to
9.
be. I think it needs to be like 19 or 18.
Oy.
And I almost want to put
I
it
was
at
Oh, I
gonna
could
20.
do
say if you
19.
average all 3 of our numbers out, I just nerd moment here. It comes out to 17.6. Round it to 18. I think we should put it at 18.
We got Sniper Elite there.
Ah, damn it. Okay, 17,
I get 17.
19.
I'm okay with that. It's not. I prefer it to be in like I would prefer it to be at 20, but I can live with it at 17. No higher than 17.
All right.
All right. So we got a couple. All right, we're moving along here. It's going to go faster now that we are starting to get through here. All right. My number 8. My number 8 is Pop One. Excellent choice, D. You had it on there early. You have to have this on your list. It's the best battle royal on there. Todd, do you have it on your list?
Nope.
Oh my god.
I just don't like Pop One.
I got
at all. The community is toxic. It's free. Sure, a lot of people like it. The game is free. Everybody plays it, but every time I've played it, it's just a bunch of kids screaming the N-word, and
it was super popular before it went free. I mean, this is one of the all-time favorite games of a lot of people.
For some reason, Gorilla Tag's not on my list. People who are new to VR should not be in that game.
Then it wasn't even a thought to put Gorilla Tag on my list.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate. The community has ruined that game for me completely. So
I got you. All right, D, you 8. Oh boy.
RE4.
Wow,
8.
You know me and Scary.
I know.
But it's on the list.
All right, at least you have it
right?
on the list. Okay, I'm with you. I debated this for my number 1.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Dude, no, I don't. Scary.
I'm with you. Okay. All right, I got you. Todd, you're 8. Oh, this is where you have After the Fall.
Yeah.
All right, you both have After the Fall on the list. I love After the Fall. Where do you have it, D?
Right above mine.
Right below.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
I don't even have it on my list. I can't put it in the
wrong
top 10.
this one.
I'm wrong?
Yeah, clearly 2 out of 3.
Guys, you know how much I love this game. I mean, it's tough for me to admit it, but I don't know if this is a game that I can go tell somebody to go in and play right now. I don't even know how many people are playing this game anymore.
To me, it was never a game where I went in and played with random players. It's always a game I played with friends. So it doesn't matter how many people are playing it. If I'm going to go play it, it's going to be with 4 of my friends or 3 of my friends. So.
All right, I will concede that we'll put it back on the list, but not in the top 10. It's got to go down like
Scroll down.
20.
Scroll down.
20.
20.
I don't even have it on my list.
But that's not our fault.
But still. I mean, I'm conceding that I'll actually take one of my games off completely and put this on the list.
What about putting it at 20? Because we've already got Sniper Elite on there. We've already got
agreed
Beat
at 20.
Saber.
Yes.
And
I'm there.
Ghost of Tabor.
I'm agreed at 20.
Yeah, Ghost of Tabor should be higher. So I might have put it there, but it should be higher.
Okay.
I like it. 20. We
All
got
right.
another one. Another one locked in.
What
Another
was it?
one fights the dust. ATF, yo.
All right. So are we on my turn here now?
Come on, you did how many 12-hour freaking streams
I know.
of that thing?
I know.
And it didn't even make your list.
And look, and I'm sure if I went in tomorrow and played,
Ridiculous.
if we went all in tomorrow and played, I would probably have a blast in there. It's
And
just
I would like to again, just to go back,
know.
relive
All right.
old time because I haven't played the new map.
I know.
Man.
Traveling Man says Song in the Smoke would have been higher on the list than Into the Radius, and Green Hell wouldn't even have made the list.
Wow. Song in the Smoke is good.
It was good, but it didn't hold up to Green Hell or especially Into the Radius.
No, it didn't make my list.
It was too creepy. It was just, it took a weird turn, that one.
All right. My number 7, Hellsweeper. Another fairly new one, but if you haven't played this game and you don't understand what Hellsweeper is and what it does, you are missing out. This game is freaking crazy, amazing. If you want to feel like a badass in VR, this is the game to go do it in. The amount of movement and different moves that you can do in this game, the parkour, the different stuff is crazy good. Like, this game is so good. Like, this is up for game of the year. This should be one of the games that you consider game of the year. No, you guys are silent.
Not on my list.
Holy frig, guys! Have you played it?
Nope.
Nope.
D, have you played it?
Nope.
Oh my god.
It just hasn't hit my radar.
Oh my
I've been so busy, man. I've been too busy playing Sushi Ben.
Oh, don't piss him off even more, Todd. Come on.
Oh my god. Literally, I'm telling you that Hellsweeper should be on a
Sushi
short
Ben.
list. Hellsweeper should be on a short list of game of the year.
Don't put
Sushi
that
Ben?
as my choice, dude.
Oh my god. All right, number 7, D. Don't put Sushi Ben. How dare you, Sushi Ben?
This is gonna be
No.
interesting. I better be Walkabout.
Adonis Yeager says, not gonna lie, looking up Hellsweeper right now. You should. If you haven't played this, go and look and check it out.
And Awesome
Mine
Tatum
number-
says Sushi Ben. How dare you? I was just kidding. It's not on the list.
For me, 7. Walking Dead Saints and Sinners.
What?
Dude, I don't do scary, but it's on the list. It's in the top 10, right?
Wow.
Dude,
I
leave
can't
me.
wait to see what you put in
Oh
front of
my
these.
God.
If you don't have, I mean, I'm trying to think of 7 games right now that are better than that game.
6.
And you better blow me away with these. Otherwise, I'm coming through the screen after you, girl. Todd, you're 7.
Emotional damage.
To me, it was Into the Radius. This is where it hit for me.
D, was Into the Radius on your list?
It made the second list.
Okay.
I-
Can we concede that we can get Into the Radius on the list here somewhere?
Somewhere.
Where do I have it, Todd?
Um,
I think I have it at 9. I have it at 9. You have it at 7. I have it at 9. D doesn't have it on the list.
no,
How about
I could dump it at 8.
Mm,
that's too
Top
high
one
for
doesn't
D.
need to be on the list.
It does. Top 1 needs to be on the
Yeah.
list. I think that's too high. It's not even on D's list. I think it needs to drop out of the top 10 if it's not on her list.
right.
Can we go 12?
Think so. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
right.
So where are we at? 7. You're
6.
7, Todd.
It was my 7.
Oh yeah, that was your 7.
Or my
Okay,
6.
okay.
Or my 7.
All right,
Into
Into
the
the
Radius.
Radius was your 7. Okay, my 6.
Yeah.
Moss book 1, book 2.
Interesting.
You guys haven't said their names yet. Are they not on your list?
It is on my list.
It is
Okay,
on
that's
my
good.
list.
All right. Can we? All right. I won't say anything yet. We'll
Nope,
put it on here and
don't
we'll
say nothing
see.
yet.
Okay. All right. So I'm not going to talk about it, but then I will just say that I don't think there's anything need to be said. Moss book 1 and book 2. Go ahead, D. You're 6.
My number 6, In Death Unchained.
Excellent. Todd, you have it on your list, but you haven't said where it is yet either. So that means you have it up higher, right?
What's that?
In Death. No way! You both have it at 6.
Wow.
Yep.
That needs to be there then. That is
No,
Kismet.
that's too high. Too high.
No
Where do I
way.
have it? Where, hold on. Where do I
It's
have it
not
again?
the Eric show.
I understand, but where do I have it?
2-1.
You got to tell me where I have it again.
on the
These are
list somewhere.
agreement. We have
You
to
have-
agree on these.
I'll
Things.
tell you, it is too low on the
Okay,
list.
but where do I have it? Let's.
I
How
don't
far
look.
down?
I don't even see it.
No, I had. Did you? Are you not getting rid of all the games that we take off of there? Are you?
Oh yeah, I
No,
did.
you got to keep them on a separate list so we know to go back. To
You
them
got
to
your
put
own
them on the
list. Look at your own list. I can't keep track of
All right,
5
hang on.
lists. Give me a
All right.
break.
Well, no, you just got to take whatever games you take off. You put them in a separate column. That's all.
Yeah,
And
It's not a spreadsheet.
oh shit, I had it down.
Control F. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh damn. Oh damn.
Yeah, you're crazy.
Oh damn. There it is. 18.
Oh hell
Yeah.
no.
Screw that.
It's too high
Nope.
at 6.
I will.
Not
I will
competing.
fight for it.
This game is
to
freaking
keep
amazing.
it in.
What do we have at 11?
Oh, top 10, man. I'm not
I
picking
can't-
it out
you-
of the top 10.
I have it
don't
at
care.
18.
Don't care.
What? All
Scroll
right.
down a
All right.
little
So
bit.
what? Let me. What are we putting it? So you want it in top 10? What are we putting in 10? Like what are we taking out? Like we're like we can't drop Hubris. You're gonna drop. You know,
Well,
you
Hubris
drop
is
in.
11.
Hubris
Okay.
is at 11.
Yeah. I'd get rid of Pop 1. It's the game I would never put new people into VR.
Well, I'm
ever.
not saying we get rid of Pop 1. We have to bump something to put it where it needs to be.
Let's see what the rest of the list looks like. Hang on.
All right.
Yeah, even the crowd says keep it at 6. Adonis
what
says
crowd?
you're
One
outnumbered.
person. Artful said keep it at 6. The crowd.
He's an important member of the community.
Well, how big is he? Like how many? What you call Artful a crowd?
If we go in alphabetical
one dude.
order, he's the first.
Even
I love
Awesome Tatum
Artful,
says
but he's
Pop
one
one has
dude
to
with
go.
one
Agree
opinion.
with Todd. Yeah, everybody agrees with Todd.
I'll agree that it needs to be at 11.
Not a chance.
No, Hubris is already at 11.
Not
Okay,
happening.
then it needs to be
Lock
at
that in.
12.
No, it
What's
needs
your
to be
number
at
5?
10 then.
It's not better than Hubris.
To you,
It's not better than Hubris.
but 2 out of 3 it
you.
is.
So I
for
can't
us.
put it above
Again,
Hubris.
it's
I
not
can't.
Eric's list.
I-
2 out of 3.
You're putting it
It's
above
going right
Hubris.
where it is. Yes, I am.
You're putting it above Hubris.
It was above Hubris on my list. Hubris is number 12.
You're insane.
I'm not giving up. Nope.
10.
All right,
Put it at
I'm not
10.
willing to put it on the list. We'll have to keep going. Then. All right,
Okay.
are we all through our 6?
Yep.
Do you take that off the 6 because that's not approved yet?
It's proved.
Not approved yet. I will not. We have to decide
Not
as
the
a
art
team.
show.
We're going to decide as a team.
It's 2 out of 3. That's
Well, then
easy to decide.
all right. I will give you this one. Put it at what do we say? Put it at 10.
10.
Do we have a 10? Put it at 10. But we're getting something on my own back up here then because I'm giving in way too much here.
You're keeping Pop 1 on the list. That's pissing me off. So.
Maybe I don't know if I'm keeping Pop 1 yet. I don't know that. We have a
Well,
lot.
then
We have a lot of spaces to fill yet.
we keep going.
Well, don't take it out of
Hold-
6.
No, that's where it stays until we figure it out.
All right, that's fine. Okay, 6. So, did you guys give your 6s? We did.
Yeah,
Right?
6
Right.
was
In Death Unchained.
All right, 5. Walkabout mini golf.
On my list.
It was number 11 for me.
And you had it where, D?
She hasn't
I haven't
announced it yet.
gotten to it yet.
Oh, okay. All right. Do you have it? Okay, all right. We can't decide anything yet because I don't want to know where.
Nope.
I don't want to know where
I
yours
want to
is.
know where
Yet.
it is. Yeah.
You had
exactly.
Walkabout ahead of Walking Dead Saints and Sinners.
Yeah, that's surprising.
Yeah, because I mean, this is
in
not
Death above
again.
Saints and Sinners.
This is not D's list.
Right.
This is new player recommendations.
I know.
Okay.
I know. You're killing me. I got no. I'm with
Because
you.
if
I'm
this
with
was my list, Resident Evil and Walking Dead wouldn't even be on here. Dude.
you. D.
I don't like scary. Leave me alone.
All right, D. All right, you're 5, D.
Red Matter 2.
I'm gonna cry.
Top 5.
Excellent
Fuck.
game. Yeah, I can't. I
Excellent game.
can't disagree. Todd, you're 5.
My number 5 is Moss Book 1
We're
and 2.
5. We're rarefied air here. All right. Okay. So we have Moss 1 and 2. D. Do you have Moss on your list? Is it number
Dude.
1? Is it number 1? All right. Okay. Oh shit.
Huh?
Damn camera.
I thought you
Okay.
really wanted to know my answer.
No, I don't know. No, I don't want to know. All right. I'm not going to ask.
Like-
I was trying to see if we could lock
Zooms
something.
in.
But I think we're too close to lock something in.
Right. I think we just from here out we just
just
need
gotta
to
see
go
what these
through our
are,
choices.
and
Okay.
then we'll worry about it.
All right. So we got number 5s. Number 4 for me is Red Matter 1 and 2.
Number
D, you're number
is
4?
My number 4 is
Red
Demon.
Matter.
Demio at 4. Nice. Okay, you got it in the top 5. I like it.
Interesting. This is Demio for D. My number 4 is RE4.
Interesting. I like it. Excellent choice. Okay, let's just keep moving quickly through this. My number
Yep.
3 is RE4.
Yeah, I figured yours would be close.
I literally debated I almost put this as number 1. I literally almost put it at number 1. It was so close.
My number 3.
Yep.
Light Brigade.
Wow.
Yeah. No, you know how much I freaking love that game, dude. So
It didn't make my list.
shame.
I wanted to. There was so many good things that I just couldn't get it on there. All right. Your 3, Todd.
Demio.
At 3. Interesting. All right, my 2.
Demio.
Demio. Interesting. D?
Walkabout.
Walkabout at 2.
Number
Yeah.
2.
Oh, you love Walkabout.
Dude, no, seriously.
Wow.
Again.
It is.
We're doing our recommendations, and this
I'm with
is
you. I had it at 5.
absolutely
I had it
yeah.
at 5. I'm with you. I'm with you. It's
Right.
fantastic.
Should we cut the stream just before we hit the number 1 spot so no one
That would
knows?
be funny. So nobody. Good night, everybody.
Good night,
See you
everybody.
next week where we'll announce our number 1s. I mean, I think everybody can figure it out by now. But all right, D, what was your Todd? What was your number 2? All right, Todd and I both have the same number 1. We better, because if it's not on your list, I'll punch you in the face. All right, my number 1, and I debated for a long time.
It's not what the bat?
No, it's not what the bat. I almost made Demio number 1, and I almost made RE4 number 1. I jostled these around for a long time, and I still come back to every time Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners, book 1 or chapter 1, chapter 2. They are so good and so well done, and this new upgrade for Quest 3 is amazing, and this feels like Walking Dead. It feels like the universe of Walking Dead. Everything's done right. It's perfect. Now, Retribution didn't launch perfect, but it's perfect now. So if you didn't go back to it, shame on you. Go back and play it, because you got to give it another chance now. It's that good. That's my number 1.
Let me see if I can guess D's based on what's missing.
You shouldn't.
I don't know if I can. Like, what did she?
A Walkabout. I thought Walkabout would be in her 1.
I don't know.
Moss.
Book 1, book 2. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Moss.
Yep.
Wow, it's your number 1 and 2. Good for you, D. I like it.
Seriously, because like
Good game.
Is it the original? Did you give it both, or did you just say
both?
1?
No,
Okay.
because
I just
there's
didn't know
no
if you
way
liked
that
one
I
over the other.
could choose one over the other. Because
Yeah, for sure.
those one of the first games that I like sped through, you know,
Yeah.
and the second one was just as great. New character, it's fantastic, dude. You high five a mouse. Come on.
Oh, I know, right? So good.
Well, just
with you.
talking about it, like I want to start playing them again.
Mm-hmm.
So,
All right, let's do. All right, so number 1 for Todd, Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners, or Miss VR. Hey, you want to buy a dragon?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
Walking
my
Dead, Saints and Sinners. So I'm happy you putting that in the number 1 spot. So
Z Storm popped up on Twitch. Yo, yo, yo.
Hey, what's up, Z?
Hey,
How you doing,
yeah.
man? All right, can we do this? D, can we make Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners the number 1 game? I know you're not a fan of it.
I know.
But take it out. Me and Todd both have it up there. You think it's a game that deserves to be, up there on the list. So
how democracy works.
Okay.
2 votes for the same spot that wins.
Okay. All right. To me, I think here's what I would like to do. I would like to say Moss, book 1 and book 2 at 3, and Demio at 2. Can we agree on that? Like, I'm willing to bump RE4 out of the top 3, which I don't want to do, but I'm willing to do it to get Red Matter up in there. You know who else wants to get something up in there?
My mom.
Yeah, she does.
So, can we do that? Because I'll bring Moss.
What did you say again?
I'll bring Moss from 6 in mine up to 3, because Todd has Moss. Where do you have it, Todd? At 5. Do you have it at 1? Why don't we agree at 3? Okay, and we'll make Demio number 2.
Okay,
I can do that.
But then we get in death at 6.
No, we're not there yet. You're getting way ahead of. You're getting way. Let's get the top 5 out of the way. Can we agree RE4 at 4? Todd had it at 4. I had it at 3. D, you had it up there in the top 10.
8.
You had 8 or 7 or 8. Okay. Can we agree RE4?
Can we agree in death at 6?
Yes, we're gonna have it on 6.
No, we didn't get there yet. You guys are going way down the list. We have a lot of. Hold on. We have a lot.
I
of
am making 2 concessions here. Come on.
We don't have a lot of games that aren't even on the list yet.
Yeah,
that we have to be careful of too. So
awesome.
Can we get RE4 here at 4?
Yeah.
That's where I put it. So I'm okay.
That's what I'm saying. You already have it at 4. What are you arguing him for?
I'm not.
It's basically just arguing with D. Can we get RE4 to 4? All right. Can we
That could
move
go from
Walkabout
there.
to 5? Where did you have Walkabout, D?
I had Walkabout at 2.
You had it too. I'm good with it at 5.
Okay.
Todd, where
Okay.
did you
We
have
can get in
Walkabout?
depth at
I
7.
had it pretty far up. I
Stop
think.
with the in-depth. I'm taking it off the list completely now.
Dude, I quit.
I had
Fuck,
it
I'm
at
out.
11.
Ooh,
So-
okay. Would you? So me and D had it at 2. I had it at 5. You have it at 11. What do you think? Can we get it to 5, or do you want to go to 6? I mean, I'm okay dropping
Where
it down a
does
little bit.
Red Matter going if
Oh
Walkabout's taking
shit!
5? So
Oh
I don't
shit!
know
Hang
if
on.
I like
Okay,
that.
hang on. Oh, Red Matter's got to be there.
Red Matter 5. Walkabout 6 and Death 7.
I would do that.
I will do that for you, Todd and D, because I love you both. Otherwise, I don't even know if it should be on the list. No, okay. I had it at 18. I had it on the list. It made my top 25.
So we're getting Red Matter.
Walkabout and Death.
Walkabout. That's a big jump for me, but it is a good game. So
All right, let me see here. Walking Dead, Demio on there, Resident Evil 4 on there, Red Matter on there, Walkabout on there, Moss Book 1 and 2 is on there. Okay, where are we now? We're at 8, or 8.
we're at 8, and you've got Pop 1, RE4, which we've already placed.
We're gonna have a problem with Pop 1 and Hellsweeper because neither of you've played Hellsweeper, but literally it is up for.
I would put
probably the best game
Hellsweeper
this year.
at 8 and get rid of Pop 1. I really don't like Pop 1. The game is just terrible now.
I'll
Since it's
concede
gone
with Pop
free,
1
it's
can be
terrible.
filler anywhere else on the list as long as it is on that list.
I'm good with that too. Let's just take it off the list for now, and we'll have to piece it back in later down the list. Let's put
Right.
Hellsweeper here.
It can be a filler selection.
Oh, and was Hellsweeper even on your lists? It wasn't, just because you guys haven't played it.
I haven't played it.
I mean, let's not have it that high then. That's not fair. Let's move it down to like 10 or 13 or something like that. I'm good with that.
Then we move up.
We're moving into the radius. We don't have that on there yet. You want to move into the radius up into like
8?
8?
But
I have it at
Hellsweeper's-
9.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't. It's not. It made my after the list.
Hellsweeper did? Or into the
No,
radius?
into
Oh,
the
into the
radius.
Yeah, I mean that's good.
So then 9, Hellsweeper.
Synth Riders is.
You want
already on there.
Hellsweeper outside of the top 10?
Yeah, I think Hellsweeper should go to. Well, actually, no. I mean, it could go to the 10. It could go to 10. We can put it at 10. 10 or 13. We have already got an 11 and 12. 10 or 13.
Hubris is taken.
Into the radius needs to be higher than Hellsweeper. Archwell says, "Yeah, I agree. That's what we're trying to do."
We've got it locked in at 12 into the radius.
Yeah, so I think we got to go 13 then to Hellsweeper. I don't know.
Why we got into the radius on there twice?
Yeah, we do 8 and
Oh
12.
yeah, we do. Okay, so unlock it at 12. Keep it at 8. Unlock it at 12 and put
Put Hellsweeper at
and
12.
put Hellsweeper there.
Hellsweeper.
I like it.
Hubris.
Mickey Bear says, "Where's Beat Saber?" Didn't make the list. None of us voted for it.
Bullshit.
Beat Saber's rounding out the list at number 25.
All right, so we don't have Pop 1. Pop 1 is not there yet. We just got to
Z's
figure out.
over here now.
Ghost of Tabor is now as well.
Where's Hubris? We have Hubris at
Hubris is
Yeah,
locked in at
it's
11.
11. So we need a 9. We need a 9 and a 10.
Uh-huh.
All right. You want to Ghost of Tabor wasn't on your list.
No.
Todd, you have it way down your list. The
Ghost
problem
of
is
Tabor's 20 on my list. Yeah.
did we pop After the Fallen here anywhere?
Number 20.
It's kind of. Oh, okay.
Okay, we moved to 20.
It's
Okay,
locked.
we have a problem here that we don't have a 9 and a 10, and I don't know if any of these other games deserve a 9 or a 10. I mean, Pop 1, I like Pop 1 at 9 or 10. Where did you have Pop 1?
Pop 1 I had down to 22.
I mean, I don't mind Ghost of Tabor at
I'd put Ghost of Tabor over.
You want to put
Top
Ghost of
one.
Tabor at 10? We got to figure out what we're putting 9. Let's
Well,
put
how
Ghost. Let's agree to put Ghost of Tabor at 10.
What was your 10D?
Zombieland Headshot Fever?
That wasn't on my list. That wasn't on your list either, right, Todd?
Right.
I have Pop 1 at 8. I
would
Todd,
put
you don't even have
Genotype
Pop
or
1 on your list.
Dungeons of Eternity over Pop 1.
I would absolutely love Dungeons at 9. But I don't know.
I
It's,
really
it's
think
such a
Pop
new
1 is
game.
garbage.
Let's move. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's move Hubris to 9. Let's move Dungeons Eternity to 11. Agree? That fixes 9 because I think 9 needs to be it's inside the top 10. It needs to be a huge title. What about Song in the Smoke? It did not make my list, Traveling Man. I just
No.
to me,
In
I
my
was putting.
second one.
Yeah,
Didn't
it's in
make
my
my list
second list.
either.
It's not in my first. It just
Oh,
it
it's
kept popping out.
Shadowgate. How did that not make my list?
Yeah, I
That's
thought about
another
it
game
too.
that doesn't get talked about enough.
It is, but again, this is you have to take good games. It's top 25. You have to take good games off. Like we're losing a lot of good games. We're going to lose good games here. It's going to happen. Like it's there's definitely 50 good games, right? So, all right, guys, I have Breachers at 12. Did you have Breachers on your list?
Nope.
Todd, did you have Breachers on your list?
No,
I
I
had
removed
Elbow at 12.
Breachers for.
Breachers is up for Game of the Year, and you guys had. Yeah.
I think I removed it for Contractors.
I think Breachers has to be in the top 25, guys.
We don't need this one anymore.
What about Pistol Whip? I had it at 15. Where did you have it, Todd? Oh, you have it. You took it off your list.
I took it off. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I had it at 18.
Synth Riders was my. Oh no, Synth Riders we've got locked in at 17.
Yep. Can we lock in Pistol Whip at 15? At 16? 15? How about did you have Green Hell D or no?
Yeah, I had Green Hell at 17.
And where did you have it, Todd?
I did not have it. I had 17 was Warplanes, which I don't think is going to make the list. Yeah,
it didn't make mine.
I'll take
I'm okay with Pistol Whip here.
Yeah.
Pistol Whip at 15. I'm good with that. I had that's where I had it, I think. How about Real VR Fishing? Where did we D, you had it there. Where did I have Real VR Fishing? Let me look. I had it
at 14.
You had it at 9.
I had 19. Where are we here? You want to go 19, D? Yeah, it wasn't even on your list, right?
No.
Oh.
You two battle that one out.
16.
For Real VR?
VR.
So I have it at 19. You have it at where again? You have it at
13.
I had it at 14.
14.
It's not even on Todd's list.
Yeah.
To me and D are pretty close on this. It's up to you, Todd. It's not even on your list. That means we're going to be bumping a game for your game on your list. Wow. Okay. I like it. All right, guys.
I'm okay.
I don't have Light Brigade on my list. You both have it on your list. D, you've got it very high. Todd, you had it at 14.
I had it at 14.
Okay, I'm willing to take one of my games completely off the list to add Light Brigade, but it's got to go down to like about 19 for Light Brigade.
We definitely don't need that on there. I don't think Forever's going to make the list.
Forever's
Right.
not making it. Blade and Sorcery needs to make it, I think, but I'm okay. Oh, we already
locked
have
it in.
Too.
So
okay,
19's empty.
So yeah, 19 works.
So let's do it. It hurts me a little bit, but I'll take it. I love Light Brigade though. I mean, I don't dislike it, but now I have to get rid of one of my games. And neither of you have played the Seventh Guest.
That's too new, man. It's been up for like a day.
You're gonna love it. It's been out for over a week, by the way, and I've got tons of hours in it, and I love it. And it's a puzzle game, and I'm not a huge puzzle fan, and it's freaking that good. All right, I have Mother Gunship Forge
We
You
don't
have
have
Mother
any.
Gunship Forge.
We
Where are
don't
we
have
putting Mother
any
Gunship Forge?
exercise rhythm. Oh, pistol whip and spreaders. Okay, good. So we can get rid of this.
Let's get Mother Gunship Forge in this list. D. I have it at 23. You have it at where?
I had it at
13?
15.
15. How about 14 for Mother Gunship Forge?
You had it down at what? That you had
23, but I can't get it. There's no room just above it. I think we have to go all the way up to 14 to get it on the list.
what's wrong with where it's at?
At 23, are you okay with it there? I'm okay with it there. It's just
It definitely needs to be
lock
on
it
the
in.
list.
Yeah, lock it in at 23. Todd, you okay? Because you don't have it on your list, but you haven't played it yet. So
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine. Whatever you guys think for that one.
Chatty says, I guess Super Hot VR and Iron Man didn't make it. I still have Iron Man on my list. All right, it's part of my list still, so we still have a chance. What was the other game? Super Hot did not make the list. It's just it's outdated and old. Like Chatty, it's an
Yeah.
all-time great game, but it was a great game in 2014. All these games now are better than Super Hot. I mean, just you have to say goodbye to some of these games at some point. Again, what do I just say? Arizona Sunshine is a great game, but it doesn't deserve to be on the list anymore. It's just old and too outdated. And they're great game. I'm not saying it's not a great game. It just needs to go at some point, and you need to have new games come in and take that
All right.
spot.
TikTok. We got 3 things left.
Hit me.
13 and
what do we got?
14 and 24.
How about Iron Man? Or can we get Iron Man on this list?
Okay, let's start at 13. My 13 was Genotype.
Yep.
These is The Room. And yours was 13. What was your 13?
My 13 was Pistol Whip? No. Dungeons of Eternity.
Okay, so we've already got that one down further at 11.
So I'm gonna lose. I'll say I'll lose a 7th guest because it sounds like you guys don't want anything to do with it. So I'm okay with 7th guest coming off.
I played for Genotype here. It's good. And it's been out long enough that everyone should have played it by now.
I'm not against it, but I don't think it can be that high on the list right now.
Or put it up here because this one I don't.
I'm good.
I'm okay with losing 11.
Yeah, that's fine with
pop
me.
it in there. I'm good with it there. Genotype.
Then The Room at 14 or 13 was it?
Yeah, it didn't make my list. Todd, did The Room make your list?
It did not.
No.
Well,
it was there some. Yeah, no. What other options?
Did we have Green Hell locked in anywhere?
No.
I think Green Hell needs to get locked in somewhere, D. We both have it on our list.
Right.
Can we lock Green Hell in at 13?
Sure.
My 14 was Light Brigade, which is already somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yep.
My 14 is Real VR Fishing, so.
And we already got that locked in too.
Right.
We're getting very close here. We're getting very close. Alex VR, what is up, dude? How you doing? He says, I love Q2C. Thanks, man. We love you too, man. PDXVR says, I think D should stay at 13 for what? The Room. Is that the best puzzle game you've ever played? He said, best puzzle game.
It is.
It's a good game.
Very short.
I like 7th Guest actually better.
Halo 6 says, where's Job Simulator? Well, it was on my list, but they kicked it off. Halo 6.
It just doesn't deserve to be on here with all these other games. All right. We just have one position left on? What, the bat? Done. Let's do it. Close up. Good night, everybody. Look, I want to be done. It's midnight. I want to be done. Where are we? Where are we here? Is 14 the last one?
This is the last one. The only ones that are really missing that I would like to see on here is Contractors.
Iron Man. Sniper Elite. We have. Do we have Zenith anywhere?
Zenith is not on there. Yeah, Zenith should be.
I had Zenith at 21. D didn't have Zenith, I don't think, right?
I had it at 18.
Oh, you had it. You did have it on there.
Do we have? We have Beat Saber. We have Synth Riders. We have Blade and Sorcery. Bone Lab didn't make any of our lists, by the way. It was on my.
It made my second list.
Yeah, me too.
My overflow list.
Yeah,
didn't even make my overflow list. But I wasn't a fan. Huh?
I thought you said Demio made my overflow list.
No, I said it didn't even make my overflow list.
Okay, I have
No
Iron Man.
planes. We don't have any flight sims on here. There's no warplanes.
Did we put Green Hell somewhere? We did, right?
Green Hell's locked in at 13.
Yep. Okay. So I would say we fight for Zenith or Iron Man. What are you guys missing on your list that you want to fight for? I want Breachers on here. I'm going to fight for Breachers right now. That's what I'm fighting for. I'm giving up Iron Man. I am giving up Seventh Guest. I'm giving up what else? A couple others. I want to make an argument here for Breachers. What do you guys left? What do you got that you would want to fight for to
I
get
don't
in there?
remember.
Just look at your list and see. You can kind of scroll down your list and see what you don't have.
I know what I have on my list. I just don't remember what everything is on this list up here.
I'd fight for Zenith, I think.
Over Breachers.
I know, that's a tough one. Yeah, Breachers is good. It wasn't on my list, but only because other games like Contractors beat out Breachers for me. That was the toss-up.
Yeah. I had Breachers at 12.
If we're gonna go Sims like this, then I want to make my case for Alvo.
Oh yeah,
If we're
Alvo's
going,
good.
mm-hmm.
I'd go Alvo over Breachers.
Mm.
I'm the Call of Duty guy, so it's way more my style of gameplay.
Yeah.
I think I'd have to go. If we're gonna do that, I don't think we can decide between. We keep both of them off and we go Zenith. Because I can't do Alvo over Breachers. It's not fair to Breachers. Breachers is a better game. Like I love Alvo, but Breachers is a better game.
What makes it better?
Does Breachers have kill streaks? No,
yeah.
it
exactly. But kill streaks are
does
everything.
Breachers have a zombie mode? No, it doesn't have that either.
But it's got some of the best, most polished gameplay that you'll find.
I don't think Alvo is not polished.
Well, it's polished, but it's
I'm
not
gonna have
Breachers.
a conversation with Steve when this night's over.
You can do that all you want. It's not Breachers, and I think he would admit it's not Breachers. Breachers again is up for Game of the Year. Alvo is not going to be up for Game of the Year.
That you know,
I'm okay with. I don't. If you're at Alvo and I'm at Breachers, I think we have to get him off, and then we put Zenith in there because I can't. I can't do that.
If it's a matter of taking Alvo off and putting Zenith on there, I'd rather put Breachers on there.
Ooh, this is a debate. I like it. I like
it. Troubleman says Cosmo Dread. Call it a night. Yeah.
Cosmos Dread's excellent. It did make. Let's take a look.
It was my 21. It was my 21.
Let's take a look at what I had in my off my list. I had Lies Beneath, Swarm, Swordsman, Phantom Covert Ops, The Room, Pavlov, The Light Brigade, which we end up putting back on. I Expect You to Die, Contractors, Ghost Signal, Genotype, which we put back on. 11, Cosmo Dread was there, D. Bone Lab, Warplanes was there, Todd, Zombieland, and Star Wars. That was my runners up.
Yeah, Star Wars should have been on this list somewhere.
It was on mine, 16.
Yeah. I'm disappointed I forgot about that one. But I don't know where I'd put it, so.
Thrill of the Fight did not make mine. It's if they come out with a Thrill of the Fight 2 that's kind of updated and they get more into it, I'm there. But the original
the mixed reality is so much fun.
Yeah, it is. It is
I'll
cool.
I'll give it that. It's really good.
I'm gonna vote for Zenith. Because I don't want to. Because if we can't decide between Alvo and Breachers, I can't.
I don't want Zenith on there, so I'll vote for Breachers.
Do we have Lies Beneath on there?
No.
Both of you guys picked it. I didn't pick it.
Is there anything that we can? How about?
Did we end up putting Pop One on there or no?
No, we didn't. That's probably where.
Oh my god, no! I'll fight that one. Well, it's.
I mean, two of us had it.
Again, it's not a list for me. So
right.
I hate that game.
And two of us.
So if we can't agree,
I had it at number 8.
Or if we can't agree, Breachers and Alvo, Zenith. Can we agree Pop One right here?
I can. I vote for Pop One. Do you vote for Pop One?
That'll work.
PayPal me $20 and I'll put it on.
Your check is in the mail. You'll get it in about a year.
I want to. You want to. We all want to be done. Let's put it. All right.
Give up.
All right. Can we? Can you zoom out a little bit? I want to see this whole list. Can we make the list big? The main thing on the screen. Let's look at our definitive and go all. Let's read it out. We'll go all the way to the top. All right. So at
Actually, let
number
me,
20, number 25, we have Beat Saber. Amazing that it made the Q2C top 25 list. Genotype.
Yeah.
I'm actually feel good that it's on here because I wanted it on here. As you can see, I had it on there. I just kept it off. Mother Gunship Forge. Todd, please go play this game. Please. I mean, you would have had it on your list. I guarantee.
Well, if you
you'd
invited
play
me
it.
to play with you one day, then maybe I would. But
Why
Let's.
not?
Hey, you know what,
whatever.
Todd?
All he does is
Let's
make me do work.
let's you and me play it, and we'll leave him out of it.
Yeah, there you go. And I'll go play
there
with
you
Creeper
go.
Betty. We have Blade and Sorcery at 22. We have Real VR Fishing at 21. We have After the Fall at 20. He comes back into my life. I'm okay with that now. I've made my peace with it. 19, The Light Brigade. I wanted it on the list. I just couldn't find room for it. I'm kind of happy that it's back on. Sniper Elite VR gets its just due on the top 25.
Needs to be on
Synth
the
Riders.
list, yeah.
Synth Riders is up there. I like it at 17. Real VR Fishing. Do we have 2 Real VR Fishings?
Hold on. Yeah, scroll.
Did I say that? Go scroll back to the 25.
21.
We
What's
do.
21? We do. Okay.
Oh no, we got a problem.
There. You know what? 21. Put Breachers.
I like that. I'm down. I'm so down. I like it.
See, everything works out, dude.
All right, I'll give it to you. I do like the game, so I can't complain. So
Right.
As long as
Okay.
it's not Tina.
So where were we here? Real VR Fishing at 16. Pistol Whip at 15. What did you just take out at 14?
No,
What was there? Oh, Pop One.
dude.
Pistol Whip at 15. Pop
Dare
One
you.
at 14. We have Green Hell VR at 13. We have 12 Hellsweeper. 11 Dungeons of Eternity. You guys scroll for me, Todd. Scroll too much. I can't see now. 11 Dungeons of Eternity. 10 Ghost of Tabor. 9 Hubris. 8 Into the Radius. 7 In Death Unchained. The 6 Walkabout, and I love our top 5. This is a great top 5. I don't think there's a lot of debate here, and there can be how you want to move them around, but Red Matter 2, Resident Evil 4, Moss 1 and 2, Demeo, Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners 1 and 2. I think that's a great top 5 where it should be. No plugged, garbage up here at 5 or 6.
no, what the bat on the list.
Yeah, this is a very good list. These are all like there's no one on here right now where you're like, oh man, this just doesn't deserve to be on here in any way. Like I can't argue any of the. There might be some. There's some games on here that I wish were mixed, in and out. But literally, I can't argue with any of the ones that you guys put out here. You know what I mean? I every one of those games deserves to be on this list. There are some games here that still deserve to be. I mean, Lies Beneath should be on here. Swarm is a great game. It doesn't get enough people looking at it. Swordsman, Phantom Covert Ops. You guys didn't even have it on your list. Have you guys played
Yeah.
Phantom?
I've never played it.
It's really good.
I think I finished it. It's really good.
If it was the
You know-
PC
Reviews on the
version
channel.
with the graphics of the PC version, I probably would have went there.
You know what game I kept like having it on, off, that I just could not find a spot for it? Crashland.
Yeah, I had it in my next list of after this. Like
Yeah.
I didn't want to put everything I had on here, but it was right. It was out there. I like Ghost Signal too.
So
Cosmo
good.
Dread D. I'm with you with Cosmo Dread. I wanted to get it on there. Warplanes, Todd. I would love to. Zombieland. I had Star Wars Tales. I mean, I had all these games.
Yeah.
All these are good games. Swordsman, Contractors. I Expect You to Die. This is a really good game. Just you have to keep good games off. But I want to keep the Tentaculars and the Unplugged and the what the
Cosmonious
bats
Highs and then what the bats and then
these are the games I want to keep off the list. I mean, because they just don't belong there. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that they're all terrible games. It's just they don't belong in the top 25. We have to be like realistic. There are, again, these aren't game. We didn't pick what we choose. We picked what we think is the best for people. Because I wouldn't have Beat Saber on my list if it was me. You know what I mean? I just wouldn't. And I probably there's maybe one or two others in here that maybe like a Blade and Sorcery probably wouldn't make my top 25.
it wouldn't make my own list.
You know what I mean? But I think it's a
Neither
good
would Pop
deserving
One.
game. Yeah. I mean, Pop
Yeah.
One still make mine. I like Pop One a lot. I just you hate the community. The game itself is a good game. It's well
Yeah, but
done.
it just ruins the game.
No, I
Like,
know.
You can't go in there and have a good experience
It
while
was fun on
until it came free,
Fridays
and then it just ruined
Yeah.
it.
when we just had the private room and everybody just jumped in there and it was a bunch of people you knew. That was fun, dude.
Yeah. No, it was good. I think this is a great list, guys. We will we're gonna post this up somewhere where we have our list so everybody can see it. And yeah, I think it's really good. It's well done, and I think we did a good job, guys. I'm proud of this list.
Yeah.
It's one we can be proud of. We'll send it to upload.
This really felt like homework when I was trying to freaking figure this out.
This isn't
Aw,
easy.
man.
This isn't easy. And I thought we were gonna actually breeze. I thought we would have breezed through getting through it, but I mean, it took a long time because we did have some differences, which is okay. Which is okay. Yeah, I like the list. Good job, guys. Good job. All right, guys, this has been a long night for us. We want to get out of here and go see our families. So thank you very much for staying with
Go
us
see
this
my
whole
pillow.
time. Yeah, right. Thank you very much for staying this the whole time. We really appreciate it. Come see Virtual Strangers tomorrow night, Friday night. We do have some cool stuff to talk about. And we will be back definitely next week with some interesting stuff. We have a Quest 3 giveaway, guys. Go check out the Quest 3 giveaway. It's a Gleam giveaway. You can get a ton of entries. We're giving a 512 gigabyte Quest 3. Get in there. Go win this thing. It's a great headset.
Make sure
All right,
you
guys.
jump back into YouTube after the show is done being live and comment on our video. Give us a thumbs up, and I'll give out a key to a game called Twist X on Quest.
Twix X
It's
is cool.
It's a cool game.
Yeah, what were you gonna
What?
say? Go ahead. You describe
I
it.
was gonna say it's like sideways Tetris where you
Yeah.
play it inside of a tube and it's done all through pass through. You can see your hands. You do use controllers, but it's like a sideways Tetris that you can manipulate. It's really fun. Like
How'd
I
that
was
go?
addicted when I played it. It was super cool.
Oh my god. On that note, good night, everybody. We'll see you next week. Take it easy.
Good night, guys.